be here so we can start a little early. We will break precedent, and I will kill this iTunes mess. Watch, it won't let me close it. Oh, yeah, okay, so it did. I closed it, and we're good to go. I might have just frozen the stream and everything. Holy shit, okay. I think we're good. Let me change over to video. I've got everyone's voices in the stream. So welcome to All Things Fantasy Grounds Talk Show, Sunday nights, everybody. We've got our regular hosts here tonight. Leroon and Furied Fate are with me, and then we have 3 guests on the show who will be going through some character building things that we're going to do tonight. And those people are Chris from Game Tile Warehouse. How are you, sir? Oh, did I just lose everybody?
I'm still here.
Oh, okay. So
No,
maybe
I'm here too.
Okay, so maybe Chris is just not. My voice thing is really pegging hard too. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
You're a little robotic sometimes, but
yeah. My thing is like flashing yellow and red all the time. I don't know why. Oh, I know why. Because iTunes didn't close and it's pegging the system. Let's just get rid of it. End task. Go away and never come back. Stupid Apple iTunes. All right. Well, we got a rough start today, ladies and gentlemen, but so Urash is here. How are you, Urash?
Good evening. I'm ready to build some characters here and talk about how we do all this stuff. It's fun. This is one of my favorite parts of the game.
Yeah, me too. And CJ from the Wednesday and the Friday game is here. How are you, sir?
I'm all right. Howdy, everybody. How are you, Rob?
I'm doing good, actually. I've been up for all of 3 hours today, so I'm fresh and ready to go. I somehow stayed up till like 7 a.m. or something, and then my whole schedule's off. Do we have Chris?
Dream.
Yeah, I am living the dream. Do we have Chris back? We do not. Okay, well we'll get him sorted out and figure out what's up with. He is here in the call, but he was having trouble with his sound. So I never really give Furied or Leroon a chance to say anything after I announced that they were here. How are you guys?
Good, pretty good.
Yeah, doing all right, man.
All right, nobody have too high of energy for me. So just everybody calm down.
Well, I mean, I woke up, I just put a t-shirt on, and I'm here, so I haven't had my coffee yet.
Take it easy, everybody. Take it easy. She's only wearing a t-shirt and nothing else. Just calm down. Everybody just relax.
It's part of the thing. It's like I never wear pants when I'm gaming.
Right.
That's
you're not a real streamer or even a participant in a stream if you're wearing pants. You just can't be having pants on. I don't
Hashtag pants optional.
Right. Right now I'm wearing underwear and a Fantasy Grounds t-shirt. That's what I have on. Well, I have
Same here.
I have slippers. Okay, so we're going to do the disclaimer. The All Things Fantasy Grounds talk show is meant to teach and help, but the opinions stated by the 6 of us on the show tonight are not those opinions of Smiteworks USA LLC or Fantasy Grounds itself. So, we don't want to, in case we say something that might be weird, we don't want to say that we're speaking for the company, which we are not. But let's roll right over. And before we get into making characters, let's cover the dice thing, because someone had pointed out that this is a good thing to talk about. So I have 2 tables open, and those of you that are in Discord with me, just look at your screen rather than the table that you're signed onto so that you can see this. So this is a really cool thing. This is inside the character manager. So if you open a campaign, you won't find this, but if you go into manage characters, this will be here. And this is a really cool thing because you can use this to roll your dice. So let's say that we're going to do what most people like to do, which is we're going to roll 6 scores of dice. There's going to be 4 dice in each one, and we're going to drop 1. And then you could add a modifier here. Like if you wanted to add 1 to each roll to make it a little higher, you could do that. But let me just grab a D6 with my left mouse button, click 3 times on the right button to get 4d6, and then throw it in the chat. And then it has rolled a 6, 4, a 3, and a 1, and it's dropped the 1, so it gave me a 13. And then I just do that 5 more times. And then I'll have my scores. And depending on what you're doing with your DM or with your players or the type of game you're playing, you can do 5 drop 2, you can just do straight 3d6. You can do this any other way. You can see how it works. So then when you made a character, you would right away be able to drag these over, and you could do them in order, or you could say 16 is my highest. I want that to be my strength. Then I want 2 13s. And you have to hit it just right. You can type it in obviously, but you can also drop them. And then I'll do my 11, my 8, and then I do want my 15 to be in my charisma. Whatever. That's kind of a quick overview of how that works, and it's a really cool tool if you want to use it. Now, here's another one that is really complicated to figure out how to use, but it's well worth it when you do. So I'm actually going to zero this out and build it as we go, so that people can see. How do you do that? Do you delete the whole thing? Oh, you got to delete them all. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this and pretend none of this is here, because we took about I don't know, what was it, Labron, 30 minutes last night to figure out how to get this done. At least. Yeah, and Zacchaeus did a video on it, so it is on YouTube, but I'll go through this. So what you're doing here, guys, is you're building the point buy system, which I will go look up here in the player's handbook so we can see that. Let's see, create. Is it character?
Is it like 27?
Oh yeah, it is 27. But I want to show people the. I want to show people that chart so that if you're gonna, because when you open Fantasy Grounds, guys, this will not be built. You have to build this yourself. And so I wanted to find that thing we had last night. It's here somewhere.
Trying to take the pain out of it.
Here it is right here, yeah. So this is that thing that's in the player's handbook that tells you the ability score point cost. 8 costs 0, 9 costs 1. So now, trust me when I say we were really frustrated, and it took us a long time to figure this out. So you want to do this in this order. So you want to start with 15, and then you put in 2, and I'll show you why in a second. I'm going to add the next one. So now you're going to put in 14, and you're going to put in 2. And you'll see how this works. You're going to put 13, 1, and then you can do the rest all the way down to 8 using 1. And the reason you build it this way is because Fantasy Grounds doesn't do the point value itself. It does a base of 8, and then it adds, well shit, I skipped. I totally screwed that up. I was talking and I was typing what my brain said. Let's see if this will work though. What if I put 12 in there? Oh yeah, it changes it. Okay, good. So let's put 11. All right, cool. So 10. Wait, 10. And then I got to add 1. Okay, so you can see that if you screw this up, you might get stuck there for a second. So let's say this is 11, and this one is 10, 9. So the other thing you can do is get 8 of them out there, and then fill them in as you go. But it can get messed up if you don't do it right, like I just didn't. But let's see. I think that should be okay. And then I'll put 1s in here. So again, your tendency would that's supposed to be an 8, not a 6. Your tendency would be to put 8, and then in the point cost, go ahead and put 0. And then in 9, put 1, and 10, put 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 7 and 9 or whatever. Now, did I screw this up? Yeah, I certainly did. This should just not be there. Okay. So the reason you don't put 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9 is because Fantasy Grounds is trying to add all these numbers rather than use them as individual numbers. So you put 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then 2 and 2 because it goes from 5 to 7 and 7 to 9. So now watch what happens. if I click this button over here down on the bottom right, it takes me to the other side of it. And I can say I want to do 6 scores. And I'm going to type in, now you can't type anything in this box because that's where the calculation comes. So I'm going to type in like 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13. So if you were doing a 27 point buy, you'd have 30 points, which is too much. So I think the standard array is 13, 13, 13, 12, 12, 12, yeah. Or the other one, which is 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8, right? That's also 27 points. So you can manipulate your scores here, and if you're following the rules, obviously you can't have anything lower than an 8 or higher than a 15. But if you wanted to get crazy and go 15, 15, 15, 8, 8, 8, you could do that, and that's still 27 points. If you were playing in a game where your DM said, hey, you know what, you guys can do 30 points or 33 points or whatever, then you could use this to calculate that. So now, same thing when you're building a character, you can just have the character and you can drag these scores over and put them in. So that is a rundown of how that's used. And we no longer need to worry about that. So let's go to the fun stuff. Does anybody have any questions on that? If you guys have questions in the chat, let us know. But do any of you guys have questions that are here with me that we just went over on that? Did that all
Nope.
seem pretty straightforward? Okay. All right, let's do this. So everybody can go ahead and start a character. And just put your name in there so that we know who's who.
Is my voice working?
Yeah.
Yes.
So just to reiterate, that was the character builder if you're first opening up Fantasy Grounds and you select that character tab, right?
That's right. That was the character manager, which I will show here. As soon as this closes, hello, why does it take so long? Oh, because there's a lot of books. Yeah, so that was the manage characters button right here. And that'll you can choose your rule set and then click start. That's that, and that's different than loading a campaign or creating a campaign, which is what you use for games. So okay, so I'm gonna put everybody's thing up here so that we can see them all. There's Chris, and there's me, and this is Furied. And unnamed. Who is unnamed with my logo on it? Who is that? CJ.
Urash?
Oh, that's Urush. Okay. All right. So, who can tell me when you're building a character what the first? How do you already have? So, Leroon, stop, man. You've already. Jesus Christ. Only the host can screw shit up. I guess I didn't say that. Don't get ahead of me, guys. Don't do what you think you need to do. We want to show people how to do this the right way in order. So, Leveron, you don't have to race any of that, but please don't jump ahead. So, besides Leveron, who can tell me what the first thing is you should do on your character sheet?
What I normally do is start off with race.
Okay, so that is.
No.
Thank you for answering me. Thank you for answering that. And that is absolutely wrong. That is not what you start off with.
You gotta start off with your ability stats.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
That's right.
I thought we just went through that. I agree. Yeah, ability stats first. Yep.
Yeah, and so, but I'm glad you said that because a lot of people do that. The very first thing you want to put on there is the race. Now, the reason you don't do that is if you add your race to the sheet, what happens is it's going to give you your ability score increases, and then that's going to screw with you. So, I think what we're gonna do, and I know somebody said they wanted to use the random character generator or whatever. We're gonna come back to that because we're gonna just go through a quick example of how you build a character. We won't do the whole thing, but then we'll just show people how you do it. So first thing you do is you put in your ability scores. So you guys can go ahead, just put in ability scores, put in whatever you want. Doesn't matter.
I love you, man.
Anything I want.
I don't have my character available yet. There it is.
Okay. No. That's me, dude. Did you not start a character?
Oh, I thought you had them on the sheet here. So okay,
No,
I'll start one.
yeah. Well, you did start one, didn't you? Oh yeah, you claimed. Okay. So Leroon has 2 characters. Which one is the wrong one, Leroon?
I shouldn't have to.
You do. You have one that's unnamed, and then you have one that's named Leroon.
Okay.
Which one do you not want?
The unnamed one.
Okay. All right. So, if you guys want to pick a portrait, you can go ahead and do that. For those of you watching the stream, how you do that is you left click on the upper left black box, and you'll have pictures depending on what you have in your hard drive, your files and stuff. You'll have pictures, or you can pick for the ones that come with the game. So you can search through one of those, click on it, and it'll put a portrait up there for you. So if everyone would do that, please. Very cool. All right, so you type in your abilities. I'm just going to put for mine 15, 14, 13, 10, because we're just doing an example. 12, 8, 10, 12, 10, 8. Nobody cares. You can use the tab to go through those quickly if you want. Okay, so everybody's got their, except for Urash, has their ability scores in there. So what's the next thing that we do after ability scores?
Race.
Race is correct. So everybody can go click on the races.
I'm
Button
actually
on the
using
right.
Marbania. She got it right all there. I'm just cheating off.
Oh,
of her.
they're putting it in the
in
chat.
the chat, yeah. Oh,
So,
by the way, Bob
yeah.
wants to know what theme this is that you have
Wants
for the
to know-
table.
Wants to know
The
what?
theme. The theme for the table.
Oh, the theme? I knew somebody was going to ask that. I should have memorized it. Let me go find out. I'll look for that right now while you guys are putting in races. And if you guys click on the races button and there's not enough for you to choose from, you can go to the library and open up whatever books you have that are in there. The name of that theme that does this is called Dailies and Dungeons. Dailies and Dungeons. Dailes and Dungeons. And it is on the forums. I don't know. You just have to search for it, but it's there. All right, so I'm just going to put in, I don't care, I'm going to put in Catfolk for my race because I just don't care. Ooh, and then it might ask you to choose a sub-race, so if it does, you can do that. And again, these are not characters we're going to keep or anything. We're just going to go through a quick example to show people, and then I guess I might as well kind of rearrange these because it's hard to see the buttons on them. I have all 6 of you up here is why it's hard to see. Okay, so after you choose your race, which I thought I just did I give somebody Catfolk by mistake? I don't know what happened. It didn't give it to me. Looks like you guys aren't having problems, only me. So let's try that again. Let me get race. I'll do Catfolk. Oh, because I clicked the X instead of the check mark. Okay. What do you assign after now you notice that when you give yourself the race, your ability scores change to match what you're supposed to get. What goes next, anybody?
Background.
Background is correct. And can anybody tell me why you do background before you do class?
Skills.
That is right, CJ. Everybody knows stuff. This is awesome. Yeah, so when you pick your background, it's going to ask you, it's either going to ask you or it's going to automatically assign you skills. So I go over to my skills tab, and my background that I chose gave me history and perception and survival. And perhaps my race might have given me survival. But the reason you want to do that in this order is because if you pick your class first, you're going to get to pick some skills, and then when you pick your background, you might also get those same skills, but you can't double up a skill when you create your character. So you're basically cheating yourself if you go in reverse order. So everyone go ahead and give yourself a background, whatever you want. Just pick one, doesn't matter. Just throw it on there. And And Chris, looks like Chris, you don't have a race. Oh, is Chris even here?
He's relogging. You think he had an issue?
Okay, so we'll have him catch up. All right, then everybody can choose a class next, because that's really all there is left to do on the front. Now, if you chose your class first, here's what would, in addition to the skill thing that would screw you, is when you put your class in there, it's going to give you your hit points based on your class and your con score. And if you didn't put your con score in there yet, then you wouldn't get those hit points, and it would be wrong. So when you drop your class in there and pick your archetype if you need to, or your skills. So here's what I do. I go to my skills. It's asking me to pick skills, so I'm going to go see what I already have. So history, I don't want to pick history. I already have that. I'm going to pick insight and medicine, and that sounds good to me. And then what kind of a cleric do I want to be? Oh, you know what? I don't have open. Watch this. Hold on. Let me go back. I need to open. I thought I had that open. Isn't the face of the face thing in there? Face of the Forgotten Realms. I don't have that in there.
I'm
It is
using it,
open.
Rob. It's there. Yeah.
So why then when I pick cleric? Oh, you know why? Because I didn't pick it from I thought Fantasy Grounds fixed that, where when you pick a cleric from any location, it gives you all the archetypes from every location. But apparently that is not the case.
Cheerbits in the stream. Thanks for the cheerbits.
Oh, this might be an issue here. Oh no, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to pick cleric from Face of the Forgotten Realms. Oh, well, hold on. First, I got to nerf my class. Okay, so I'm glad this happened. If you make a mistake, usually you'll hear people say if you make a mistake, you basically just better kill that character and start over. But if you're deep into it, you can fix a mistake. Like I can go in here and I can delete the class. Now, when I put the class in, it gave me certain things. It gave me hit points, which I have to delete now. And it gave me things on my skills tab, which I now have to delete. It only gave me one feature, which I'm going to throw away. And then it might have given me some proficiencies. So hopefully you don't make a mistake like I did when you're making characters. Cheerbits, thanks for the cheerbits. So let me go back and try that again. So let me drag in my class. Oh, yeah. Damn it. I did it again. So don't be me. We're trying to teach you how to do this the right way, and I'm just doing it the wrong way. All right, so let me go and try that again. If I drag that in. Okay, I already picked my skills, which I picked insight and medicine, so it'll just do that. Now, here's, look at all these domains. That module that I did, the Face of the Forgotten Realms, has 50 Paladin domains and 50 Clerics domains. And the one I like that I saw in there that I want to do, just for an example, was called Red. It was called Red, where the hell? Well, I don't want to spend an hour looking for it, but I thought I knew what it was, but maybe I didn't. So I'll just pick one. Battle domain. That sounds fun. Okay. After you've done your class, your hit points should be set correctly if you don't screw up. And it looks like everybody's got their classes in there. I think Chris might not make it back. Okay, so then after you've got your abilities and you've got your race and you've got your background and you've got your class, you're pretty much done with the first page. So now you go to the second page, which is skills. Here's where you can just, you won't have to do anything here, but you can just check. And I have 5 skills. That looks right because I got 1 for my race, 2 for my background, and 2 for my class. So you go to abilities, and when you go to your abilities page, you will see listed here. In my case, I'm doubled up on some stuff because I put the class in there 3 times, which I didn't need to do. So you'll see your features that you have from your class. You will see your traits from your race. You will see your proficiencies that you get. And down at the bottom, you'll see languages. And in some cases, it might say something like 1 of your choice or 2 of your choice or whatever. And you would just go in there and type in what language you wanted to pick. And you do have to spell the language correct. In order to use the chat box thing with the languages here, you have to spell the language as it's correctly spelled here. And only the DM has the full list. So if you're a player, you're only going to see the ones that you have.
Actually,
but
there's another way to see a list for the languages. Like if you go up to options, the options tab.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Thank you. Yeah, you can click
That's
on
how
the
I do it.
options. Even as a player, you can click here on languages, and you'll see them all listed. So you want to make sure that you have Orc, not Orcish. You want to have Elvish, not Elf or Elven. You got to check to make sure that the language you're picking is in this list. So again, that was options and then languages. Thanks again.
Cat folks
Fury.
not a language.
Cat folks not a language. Damn it. And yeah, so what the DM would do, so cat folks coming, that's a language, and what the DM would do is if you wanted cat folk to be something that wasn't common, he could go in here and add cat folk, and then he could choose what font it would be. Now the font is not necessarily the same as there's only like 6 fonts, so he could make it the Elvish font, and then bam, there's cat folk, and now it's going to be here in this list over here. There it is right there. So that's a cool thing too. I'm glad we tripped on that. All right, so after the abilities page, we go to the inventory page. Now, we're not going to go through this, guys, because we'll wait till we make our actual real characters to do this. But this is where, of course, you would open the player's handbook and drag in all the inventory that would be listed in your class and or your background, and then give yourself the money. And so we're going to kind of skip that for right now. Notes, again, we'll skip. This is where you'd put your gender, your age, your height, your weight. Your size is given to you automatically. You put your alignment and your deity, and then from your background, you would go and get those 4 tables, and you would choose your ideal bonds, flaws, or appearance. And you would do that by, personality traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws. You would do that either by rolling on those tables, which you'll see when we do that later, or you can pick from those and just copy in the one you want. So again, we're going to skip that for now to save time. Appearance and notes is just stuff that you write on there. Maybe you got a scar in your face or, whatever RP stuff you want to include there. And for notes, I usually use that for stuff like, don't forget at 4th level to take a feat that allows you to do this because this guy needs help. Or, make some notes for my own self. Or maybe something that you need for the DM or whatever might happen. Okay, so then the log page. For those of you that don't know what this is basically if you're in AL games, Adventures League games, you can record your faction, your DCI number here, and then you can, each time you have an adventure, you can create a log entry, and you can open it up, and it'll say the name of the adventure, the session number, the date you played, the GM name and his or her DCI number, your starting XP, gold, downtime, renown, and magic items, and then you can just fill in what you got on that session, what the total ends up being, and then down here where it says adventure notes or downtime activity, you would make notes or maybe write down I obtained this certain magic item or something like that. So really that only gets used for AL games. It's not really used for anything else, but it is cool that Fantasy Grounds has that in there. And
but
then the last...
it doesn't actually hurt if you actually use it, because I actually been using it in Joe's games. In that notes part, every time that we have a session, I write down what happens, what we encounter, what I found, who dies, who almost dies. Basically, they're my journal notes for the whole game. So it doesn't have to be limited to AL.
That is a great use of that. I never would have wanted to go through that because that type of thing gives me a headache, but I'm glad that you're doing it because you're in my game. But that is a great point. That is a great way, use of that. And you guys could certainly, it actually doesn't, besides DCI number, it doesn't actually say, Adventures League on here. It just says Adventure. So you could totally use it that way. That's a great use of that.
Yeah,
That's
Urash's
fantastic.
downtime activity is usually carousing, so I note that in there.
You don't have to write it down because you have it memorized. Oh, fantastic. Guys, again, if you have questions, just put them in the chat. We'll try to get to them. I'm not really looking at the chat myself, but these guys are on top of it. Mikolog says, are features always from class and traits always from race? Yes, that is correct. And then one thing I didn't say, back on the abilities tab for 1 second, most people don't have feats on a first level character unless you're a human variant. But if you had a feat, you would go to the feats, you know, you would open the feats and then just find what feat you wanted and drag it on there, and that's what you would do. But some of us, when we build real characters, we might have that. Okay, now for the fun part, the actions tab. So you see here it gave me 2 first level spell slots. I know Chris had a question about building characters. Before the show, he talked to me and he said, what if you had a game that you were playing where the DM would allow you to build characters and have much higher spell slots, but only have a chance, like a 2% chance that the spell would work. So if you were playing in such a weird game like that, you could certainly come here to the spell slots and you could how would you, does anybody, I thought that was supposed to be right here and it's not. You can edit, oh, I know why. You have to make your mode down here standard. You have to make it preparation. There's the spell slots. So you can actually change this. You can edit this, and if you have pack magic, if you're a warlock. So let's say I have 2 spell slots of each level, which is crazy. Then you can change that, and when you go back to the regular mode, there's all the spell slots. And now, as a first level character, I could have a 9th level spell. So let me go quickly add a 9th level spell here, just to see. So there it is. And then I would say to my DM, okay, I'm going to cast my 9th level Arcane Censure. And he would go, okay, there's only a 9th level only has a 2% chance of working. So roll me a D100. And then you roll in the D100, and of course you're not going to get, 54. So the spell blows up, you lose the slot, and it doesn't work. And so that's a very unique sort of homebrewy, campaigny kind of a weird thing that might never happen. But he did ask me about if that was possible. So I thought that's a great question. I bet people don't think of that. So you can go and edit your character sheet that way. But of course, the real way for a cleric to have his or her first level slots is I would only have 2 first levels and I would have no other slots. Does anybody have any questions about that? I went through that kind of fast, but I think you get the idea. But if you guys have questions, let me know.
No, it's good, Rob. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Oh, good. I'm glad you're back. Thank you. Okay, so the actions tab would have weapons on it if you had weapons in your inventory. And then what you do here is what I like to do is I open the abilities tab and I move my character sheet kind of over to the side and I click on every ability that I have and every trait that I have. And I just open them up. And if I have a feat, I do that. So then I go over here, and if you don't have the coding packages that I made, you could simply drag these all onto your Actions tab and see what you end up with. Now, if you did have the coding packages, what you would do is open those up and drag those codes on instead, because then they'll automate everything for you. But some of this stuff, and I'm dragging these all on blindly, I'm not even reading what they are, so some of them actually don't belong there. But I'm just showing you an example of how this would work. So, acrobatic, again, a lot of these don't belong here, so maybe I shouldn't have even done that. Battle Domain doesn't belong that. So, Battle Fervor has a condition with it, so we'll leave that. Bonus proficiencies already are taken care of. Cat's Luck, what the hell is that? I like it already. Once per day, you can have an advantage when attempting dexterity saving throw. Okay, so in this case, I do want to leave that there. And I want to come over here and I want to put once per day there, once daily. So that'll give me a counter. So when I use that, I'll click this button and it'll go away when I'm in combat mode. So that's a good way. And then when you take a rest, it comes back. So that's good. And again, just real quick examples. That one doesn't belong. Spell casting doesn't belong. And what is sprinter? When your speed increases 5 feet when dashing or disengaged from combat. So that would be a case-by-case basis. You might make a note for that. You might come there and go, let me just make a note for the combat tracker. So I'm going to add an effect. I'm going to call this sprinter as the note, semicolon, and then can add 5 feet to movement when disengaging, or whatever it is. I'm just trying to, I'm not trying to take too much time on this. So then that would be there, and then in the combat, whoa, yeah, okay. In the combat tracker, if my character was in there, whoa, I don't know why I'm getting all those errors. It probably has to do with you guys are connected. I'm on 3.3.6 and you guys are on 3.3.5, so we might get some errors. If I click on this effect, make it self. And if you guys are watching me coding spells in the chat and you don't know what the hell I'm doing, that's a whole different show. So just trust me. But there's videos on that. We've all done it. So if I clicked on that, that would then add the effect to my character in the combat tracker so that all players and the DM could see, oh, look, this guy can move 5 extra feet if he disengages. Okay, fine. So that's a quick and low down, dirty, proper way to build your character. Now we're going to actually go build real characters and then annotate those with the codes and the notes, because on the abilities tab you want to put notes for your DM here and also to remind yourself of some certain things. So after finishing that quick dirty rundown, does anybody have any questions, or did I lose anybody at some point, or do I need to cover something else?
I'm good.
All right, everybody's good?
Oh, they're asking about preparation mode.
Okay, so on the Actions tab, let me grab, I'll just grab Urash here. On the Actions tab, there's modes and there's groups. So let's, here, maybe I better go back to mine, because mine had example stuff in it. Okay. So standard will show you everything. Let me really quick throw a weapon in there. A couple weapons, a club and a short bow. Okay. So standard, and then you know what? Real quick, I'm also going to add a couple spells just to make sure that I can answer this question with all the stuff in there that I need to have. So let me just throw 2 spells in here. Doesn't matter what they are. Not the same spells. All right. Delete. Okay. All right. So standard mode is what you'll use to see everything that's on your sheet. And if I click cat's luck, it'll be clicked, but it won't go away. Now the difference between standard and combat is if you have something that you're using and you click on it, it'll go away. If you click both your spell slots, you know what I should have done is I should have made these. It would have been a better example if I used first level spells. So see, when I switched to combat, those 9th level spells that I have listed here, they went away because I don't have 9th level slots. So let me instead of trying to hurry and be efficient, let me slow my mind down here a second, and I'll put 2 first level spells in there, and then we'll show you how it really works. So first level spells like Bless or Acid Wind. These might not necessarily be clerical spells, but all right, whatever they are, 2 first level spells. Okay. So let me just clean this up a little bit. Okay, so here's standard mode. Again, I checked off cat's luck and you see it. Combat mode, I checked it off and it's gone. Preparation mode shows you everything. So this is where in preparation mode, you might put those like, oh, I can use Battle Fever once per short rest. I can use Cat's Luck once per day. I can use Splinter 3 times only, like once, and once they're gone, they're gone. So then you go to combat mode, and there's those counters. And again, when you tick them off, whoops, sorry, combat, you tick them off, they disappear. Right? So here's my spells. I have 2 first level spells. I can be using these. Let's say I used one. There we go. If I use my next one, all my spells disappear. So combat mode is really great for you to keep track of what you have and what you've used. And if you've used it, it'll disappear so that you aren't tempted to use it again by mistake, or cheat, as some players do. And then if you go to preparation mode, everything's back. So there's my spells and there's my powers. And then again, standard is everything's there, but it shows you what you've checked off. And then if you rest, take a short rest, then that battle fever came back. Take a long rest, everything comes back. Oh, except for, remember, I marked these as once, and that's like maybe you have a magic item and you can use it twice and then it blows up. That's what that's for. Is the once is for. So that's a quick coverage of that. That was a good question. Thank you for asking that. Who asked that? Dead Hand? Oh, no,
Sorta.
Dead Hand. It was a... okay, good. Yeah, thanks for asking that. Okay, so let's now... well, let me hear your voice. I'll call your name, and then please tell me, do you want to make a character manually? Do you want to make a character using the random character generator step by step? Or, which one of those would you like to do? Would you like to make your own thing that you want to make? Because I know Leyrune wants to use the random one, so do I. So, Leyrune, you're going to do random, right?
Actually, I want to use your new spell book, your new so step by step or whatever.
Yeah,
I want to
okay.
use your new product.
Okay, so I'm going to use step by step. You're going to use step by step. Fury, what do you want to do?
Oh God. I was gonna do
No,
random.
don't panic.
No, I think I'm gonna go straight up random.
Straight up random. Okay, so you're going to do that. So the reason we keep saying step by step. Now, do you want random assigned to you, or do you want to do it random step by step yourself?
I'll do it random step by step myself.
Okay, so here's what I need to explain to everybody. I have a thing called the random character generator. You literally click a button, and it rolls your stats, makes your class, your background, everything. It just gives you everything. Unfortunately, that can only be used as DM. But you can do all of those things individually, step by step, and there's literally step 1, do this, step 2, do this. As a player, you can do that. So if you want it assigned to you by the DM, I can click a button and it'll be done. You'll just have to build a character from the information. That's what we're going to do.
I'll do that.
You want to do that?
I'll let you
Okay.
do it. Yeah, I'll let you press the button.
All right. So CJ, what about you?
I'm good. Doing it normal. I want to check out this book of Face of the Forgotten Realms.
Okay, so you want to build it just on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. And then Urash, what about you?
Emmanuel.
So you're going to do yours on your own. Okay.
Yeah.
Chris, what about you?
Yeah, I'll take a random assignment, please, Rob.
A random assignment. Okay, let's do it. This is going to be fun. Okay, so everybody, here, I'm just going to erase everybody's character. So everybody will start a new one. But once you start it, for those of you that are going to do manual, like CJ or whatever, you can just start. But everybody go ahead and make your character, and then those of you that are getting the random and the assignment and step by step, then I will give you that. Okay, so I'm going to go here to the library, and I'm going to go to a module that I created, which is called... Oh, there's pre-generated characters, which is not what we want, but there's ones that have pre-gens. You can just click on the pre-gen. You can pick from any of these pre-gens, like I want a level 1 changeling mystic mortal. Boom. Click that, and guess what? He is already there. Already built. Everything's built. Boom. All coded, everything. Boom. Done. But we're not going to talk about that right now. That's just interesting to know. All right. So we want the Rob Tui character. I have so many. And by the way, guys, these are all, most of the modules that I made in 2016 are solely tools for building characters. So most of you guys that have watched me for any length of time have seen these in action. And they're very useful tools. Like if you want to know, like say you're building a character and you're like, well, I want to know which races give me +2 to Dex and +1 to Wisdom. Which races are those? There's a chart for that. There's a chart for all that stuff. How many spells do I get if I'm a wizard? How many do I get if I'm a cleric? You know, all that stuff. So let's do the random PC generator. All right. So I'm going to go here to story templates, and I'm going to go to full PC generator, and I'm just going to click generate, and there is a character. And so I'm going to share this. It looks like with Leyrune, no, Leyrune was doing step by step. So
That's me.
Yes.
That'd be me.
okay, so I only see 3 characters up top, so you guys need to make your blank PCs so I can see you up there. And please name it your name. Okay, so there's Fate. So I'm going to give you that. And you should maybe hotkey that, I think. So she generated a mercenary veteran dragonborn barbarian who is male and has these stats. And then she won't need a feat. If she needs languages, she can click on this right here and either choose or roll a language from the language table. And she is not a spell user, so she wouldn't have to do that. Actually, yeah, she wouldn't have to do that. So there, so she's got that. Okay, who is, Chris is doing a random assignment, so let's generate one for him. And I'll share that with you, Chris. And if you want to, if you take just the double D symbol in the upper left and drag it down to one of those gray keys on the bottom, and that's called hotkeying it, then you can always refer back to it in case you lose it off the screen. But Chris is going to be a Emerald Enclave Agent Tiefling Sorcerer that's a female. And she will not need feats. She might need languages. And when she needs spells, he'll click on this link down here. It says if you're a spell user, she's a sorcerer. You click on sorcerer, you click generate, and I'll let you do this yourself, Chris. I'm just doing an example. And there's his 4 cantrips and his 2 first level spells. Bam. It's amazing. It's done. All right, now for CJ. No, CJ's doing his own, and Urash is doing it. Okay, so for Leyrune and I, we're going to do step by step. So that is in story, and it's called step by step. And again, guys, this is all in the module. That's the random PC generator. So Leyrune, let me copy that to you. It's in the story entries. You can find it if you need to. So now, guys, I'm going to go through while these guys are making their characters. And guys, you making your own characters if you have questions, especially Chris, who's pretty new. If you have questions, just holler at me. Let me know. So I'm going to show you guys on the stream how I'm going to do this step by step. I could have just clicked the button and made it, you know, all in one, but I'm going to do it this way. So open a new PC, did that. Name your character, did that. Roll on the ability scores table. Okay, so here's the ability scores table. I'm going to roll. It puts it in the chat. It tells me my strength is 13. My dex is 10. My con is 13. My int is 11. My wisd is 7. Boo. Character 12. So actually not too bad. Okay. Enter your abilities in the PC sheet. All right, I did that. Roll on the background table. All right. I rolled an Outlander. So I will bring Outlander over to... What? Background before race. Kind of bullshit. Actually, you know what? Race and background can be interchanged. It's just you can't do class before that.
Right.
If prompted to choose skills, which I was not, so it must have automatically, yeah, it has automatically assigned me athletics and survival. Okay, good. Roll on the background table. No, I did that. Roll on the... Drag the resulting link from the chat to the PC. If prompted, choose skills. Roll on the race table. Okay, boom. Race. Now I see here it's going to roll on the race table from the Dungeon Master's Guide, Elemental Evil, Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, PHB, Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide, Tomb of Annihilation Turtle Package, and Volo's Guide to Monsters. So this has all the official 5e sources in it. Now if you happen to not own one of those, like let's say I rolled and I got one that I didn't own, like it came in Volo's monster, no problem, just re-roll. That's all you do. So you can use this, even if you only own the player's handbook and that's all you own, you can still use these. All right, so I rolled a tiefling. So I'm going to drag that on. Boom. I'm going to choose my skills. So I get... Oh, no. Oh, I'm going to choose my subrace. I'm sorry. So I'm going to choose Glacia. Okay, and it's done. Now, it did ask me to... It did give me my stats here for... well, here, I'll just follow. Drag, okay, if prompted, choose skills. Roll on the race table. Did that. Drag the resulting link. Okay, if prompted, choose subrace. Note age, height, and weight for later. Now, I would just right away go here and just do it right now. So, I am a 21-year-old, so the height is calculated, so it doesn't give you the final result because Fantasy Grounds doesn't know how to add numbers in the chat. So I'm 4'9" plus 11 inches, which means I'm 5'10". So 5'10". And then my weight is 110 plus my height modifier, which is 11 times 6, so 66, so I'm 176. So a little bit of maths there, everybody. But if you were doing it in the player's handbook, you'd have to do that anyway.
5'8".
5'8". 5'8". Thank you. Did I do it wrong? God damn it. Yeah, because feet are 10 are not 10 inches like I want them to be. They're 12 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 5'8". You're right. Thank you, CJ. All right. So, and then this is stuff Leyrune was doing there, so we won't pay attention to that. So, drag the PC, if prompted, choose. Okay, where'd we go here? Note age, height, and weight. Okay, roll class on table. Okay, so now I'm going to pick my class. And again, DMG, PHB, Skag, or Xanathars. Those are all the places that have Skag. And if you wanted to, you could take this and you could add tables, and maybe you want to use some other, Face of the Forgotten Realms. Maybe you want to use that. You can add this in, and I'm planning on do that for my Friday game. I'm going to use every source, and I'm going to make all the tables so that my players in that game will literally be able to choose from anything for their random stuff. But that's after Joe's Adventures on Friday. We're going to play a campaign of mine, and all the players are going to be forced to take the random assignment character that they get, regardless of what the ability. You're going to get a 3 on your wisdom. That's what you get. You got to roleplay that shit. So it's going to be super fun. But I'm going to roll, and it's going to tell me I am a paladin. Okay, fine. I'll take that. So drag the resulting link from the chat onto the PC. All right. Now I get to pick more skills. So let's go see. Definitely athletics. Nope, I already have athletics. Insight. Yeah, that sounds good. And I get one more. I want it to be religion. Yeah, good. All right. So let's see. Step by step, everybody. If prompted to choose skills. Okay. If prompted to choose specialization, which I was not. I think paladins are second level. Switch to the abilities tab. Okay. If you are a human variant, roll on the feat table. I am not, so I won't. But if I did, I could roll here on a feat table, and it would give me a feat. Lucky. Too bad I don't get that. If you do not meet the prerequisites, re-roll. Yeah, so some feats have prerequisites. Drag the resulting link from the chat to the PC. So if I were to do that, I would just grab this, drag it over, and drop it on feat, but I'm not going to do that. Okay. If you have a language choices, roll on the language table. So do I have... Yes, I have one of your choice. So I'm going to roll on the language table. And I got Draconic. So I'm going to go right over here and just replace that with Draconic. Boom, done. On to the next step. Switch to the inventory tab. Populate your inventory with information from your class and background. Okay, so this is where the fun begins. So I'm going to open my class, which is Paladin. I don't know that I like that double D symbol for the link, you guys. Do you like that or you don't like it?
It doesn't bother me.
I mean, once you get used to it. All right, and then my background, and then go back to the inventory tab. So let's see here. So in my Paladin class, it's going to allow me to have a martial weapon and a shield, or 2 martial weapons. Oh, I'm definitely taking the shield and the martial weapon. Okay, so let's go to items. Sometimes the classes have the links to the player's handbook items. Sometimes they don't. So let's get me a martial weapon of Great Axe and a shield. Maybe I'll type in the word shield and it'll find spike. No, that isn't shield on the weapons. Maybe no, it's on armor. Duh. Armor. Shield. Yeah, shield, regular shield. There we go. Okay. And then I get 5 javelins or any simple melee weapon. So yes, I will take 5 javelins. Javelins. I'm going to put that on my character sheet and change it to 5. All right. A priest pack or an explorer's pack. I think I'll do priest pack because why? I'm a paladin. Priest pack, drag it over, bam, it populates everything. So easy. Chainmail and a holy symbol. Okay, so let's go to holy symbol. Holy symbol. There it is. Drag that over, and then chainmail armor. Chainmail armor. Add it in. Boom. Okay, I'm done with my equipment in my class. Let's go to the Outlander background and go down to equipment. Now, a lot of times, those of you that are experienced at, he just wants to be taller, how dare you. A lot of you that are experienced in character making will notice sometimes when you see stuff in backgrounds, it's not there in the player's handbook. They don't have it. Yeah, guess what? I took care of that problem. So if we go to items, and I believe I can go to, where is it listed? Background equipment items. Okay, there's a module for that, available on the DM's Guild. Now, anything that my background says, it'll be here, so watch. A staff. Oh, well, a staff is a thing in the regular equipment items. That is a real item. Okay, so staff, let's go get that. So staff, bring it on. Okay, let's see. A hunting trap. That's also a real item. Player's Handbook has a hunting trap. So there that is. Boom. What's next? A trophy from an animal you killed. Okay, Player's Handbook doesn't have that. So let's go to the background equipment items. And a trophy from an animal you killed. It doesn't say that. It says trophy. I guess I made. Let's see. Let's find it.
Trophy animal or trophy hunting. Kind of the same thing.
Trophy hunting. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Trophy from an animal you killed. Okay, there it is. You're right. You're smarter than me probably. I'm gonna remove the word probably. A trophy. Okay, a set of traveler's clothes. Again, that is a thing from the Player's Handbook. Traveler's clothes. Also from Xanathar's. What's up? A belt pouch. Now there is a pouch. There is a pouch in the Player's Handbook that is only a pouch, but the background descriptions always describe it as a belt pouch, but that is just a pouch. So put that over. And then the last thing, so I only actually needed one out of there. Some backgrounds you need way more. Gonna go down here and put my 10 gold pieces. So guys, you can populate GP capital or not. As a DM, I would like to see that be consistent. You can pre-populate these with SP, CP, EP, PP if you want, but you don't need to, because when treasure is assigned from the party sheet to the party, and it's divvied out, Fantasy Grounds will know to put that in gold if you already have gold, and if you don't have any silver, it'll give you the number and put SP for you. So you don't even really have to do it. All right. So I have done my equipment, which is usually the thing that takes the longest time besides doing the actions tab, which is coming up. So switch to the note tabs on the PC sheet. Boom. Roll on the gender table. Am I male or am I female? Oh, I'm female. What's up? Completely randomized. All right. Drag the result. I did use age, weight, and height. Already got that in there. Roll on the alignment table. What alignment am I? Neutral, good. That's boring. I love it. So there it is. Put it in there. Roll on your personality trait, ideal, bond, and flaw from your background. Okay, so this is what I like to do. I do this on every character I make just to force myself into a little bit of role playing. But I go to the background. I find those tables. I open all 4 tables. And then I just roll, close, roll, close, roll, close. And what am I going to say? Roll, close. And then
Don't you
go
need
back.
the 2 traits for your personality?
Do I? I don't know. Did
Yeah,
I?
that's the thing. You roll 2 for personality, 1 for ideal, 1 for bonds, 1 for flaws. I mean, you don't have to. It's just, I think it's said.
Oh, I've actually never heard that till today. No one's ever mentioned that in my whole 5e career. I didn't. So you could roll 2 if you wanted to. You could certainly do that. But I'm going to do flaw. Boom. I'm going to do Outlander. And so you can just drag these. Oh, no, it's called Bond. You can just drag these over, everybody. You don't have to retype it. You don't have to do anything. It's all automated. I'm going to do Ideal. Which is the one that you do 2 of, Furid?
Normally, I think so.
Personality trait? Okay, I'll do it. I'll just do it again. Real quick, just to show you how fast it is.
So that way your
Traits.
personality is so boring.
Roll that again. I feel okay. Then I'm going to go. I guess you would hit return to make a new space and then do that. Yeah, okay, cool. Done. All right. Drag each of the. Okay, you're done unless. If you are a spell user, switch to the Actions tab on the PC sheet and click the following. I am a spell user. I am a Paladin. Starts at 2nd level Paladin. Okay, so 1st level Paladins don't get spells, so I'm done. If I had been a Cleric, it would have said, you know, click here and roll your thing, and it would give you all these spells. Bam. Really super awesome. So this character is done. I might change my Javelin ammo to 5. There. Now, 1st level Paladin don't have spells. So I'm done building this. And I'm ready to go. Had I had any spells, I would, of course, then have made the spells, drug them over, and then I would be done. And then, of course, this does not include coding them with the Rob 2e spell effects or the coding effects, which you want to do if you have it. Because it makes the game a lot easier. But I would now be ready to go with this character. So while everybody else is still working, if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, let's give away a prize. Ooh, a prize.
Prizes!
We have
Oh my
prizes?
God, prizes. Oh yeah, there's prizes. What do you think is an appropriate thing to give away here during this show?
$5,000.
That's not appropriate. That's not appropriate.
How about that character generator?
Aha, the
for
character
all of us
generator.
lazy people.
All right, so how many people do we have in the chat right now? We have
30?
35. Let me check something. Let's see, DM's Guild. All right, random PC generator. There it is. Fantasy Grounds random PC generator. All right. That's a $5 item. I have really bad news and I have super good news. The bad news is we're not doing a raffle. The
Uh-oh.
super good news is anybody that's in the chat right now that PMs me in Discord by 8 p.m. Pacific time gets this for free.
Hot damn.
Oh yeah.
Whoa. I'm PMing
So
right now.
I'm gonna say that one time only, and then we're not gonna talk about it anymore. Anybody that can hear my voice live on Twitch right now on July 8th, 2018, not if you're watching YouTube later. If you're in the chat, it pays to hang out. If you PM me in Discord within the next 55 minutes and tell me, hey, I was watching the stream on July 18th or July 8th, and you owe me my free Fantasy Grounds random PC generator, then you will get it. So there you go. That's the prizes for. I'm expecting 30 plus PMs tonight.
It is part of a package. You could actually splurge to buy that package right there. If
Yes.
Rob would scroll down.
I will go back and scroll down. And guys, you get this for free. There's no requirement. But I don't get mad at you if you support me and buy some of my stuff. I don't get mad at you. I'm totally down with that. So let me go back to that. What was that called? PC generator. Yes, that is part of the 2017 complete works, which then again, if you go to that, is part of the everything Rob Tui. Oh, I upsell the shit out of everybody. I'll upsell you. But yeah, so guys, if you want that, you PM me and I'll give it to you. And if you so choose to go buy other things from the DMs Guild, then good on you, and I super appreciate it. Okay, so back to our character generating. Did anybody have, especially Chris, did you have any questions as you were building? Did you run into any trouble? Let me see. Chris has a sorcerer. Yes, he's got all his stuff in here. Very good. I love it. I love it. His skills are in. His abilities are in. So he's going to do his inventory. Yeah, okay, that's where you are now, building your inventory. I got you. And he hasn't done his languages yet. So yeah, he's moving along. Chris is, by the way, everybody, Chris is Chris from Game Tile Warehouse. Everybody should check that out. As a matter of fact, I'll put the what's that called? The URL in
The link. Yeah.
The link. Yeah, that's right. Now I might have spelled that wrong. Let me click on it and make sure it works. Nope, that's wrong. What did I not spell right? Game Tile Warehair. God, I am out of my mind.
Where?
Game
Close.
Tile Warehouse.com. Let's try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Urash is done, but I do have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
I have Lucky because I chose a halfling, and
Okay.
I want to code my weapons because I reroll ones, and I also get it on saves as well. So.
Do you reroll ones on
Reroll.
weapon? Not from Lucky, you don't. Okay, I know what's
on
happening.
attack. Sorry, attack.
Yeah, it's on
rolls,
attack.
ability
So
check.
you don't code that. If you roll a 1 on attack, you just re-roll it. But you
So
were
there's no
thinking
automated. Okay.
no, because the re-roll 1 and re-roll 2. That's for the damage. That's what you're thinking of, right?
Right.
But Lucky doesn't allow you to do that, right? But let me show you what he's talking about, everybody. So some weapons, like great weapon man, I don't know, some of these feats and traits that people have allow you to re-roll damage if you roll a 1 or a 2. And how you do that is you open the weapon damage itself, and you come in here the properties, and at the end you add re-roll either 1 or 2. And then let's just do this as an example. We'll take it back off after we're done. But let's say on Urash's character he did have that. He rolls the damage, and he got a 5, so that's okay. He got a 5 again. I don't like it. He got a 3. I could put this in manually, but with the D6 we should hit it soon enough. Okay, so that time he got a 1, But since he has reroll 1s and 2s, it re-rolled it again and gave him a 6. So that's pretty cool. So that's how you code that if you have that power. But his lucky trait allows him to re-roll any 1 on a d20. So if he was doing that and just made an attack and got a 1, there's no automation for that. You just re-roll it.
Very good.
All right. So good. Any questions in the chat, you guys? Too many cool mod toys. I got tired of watching Rob with all these goodies, so I just bought the whole goddamn shit. Marvanian. Nice. I'll do this deal today, too. If anybody doesn't have any of my stuff at all and they're thinking about picking it up, I'll do this deal. I've done this deal for a couple people in the last few weeks, but I'll do it for everybody listening right now. So basically on the DM's Guild, there's everything I did in 2016, everything I've done in 2017, everything I've done in 2018 so far. And then in addition to that, there's all the stuff I've worked on with other authors. So not counting the stuff I've done with other authors, if anyone purchases the everything package, which includes everything from 2016 and 17, then and you send me your receipt, you email me your receipt to prove that you did it, I'll throw in everything I've done from 2018, which is basically 4 extra products, which is the items coding, the book of spells coding, the trinkets, and the background items. So if you, and this is again only if you want to do it, but anybody that does that today and sends me their receipt through email dated July 8th, then I will include those other items for free. That'll be my special package today that I do just for the hell of it. And McCulloch, you're looking for GP rather than gold. All right. Anybody got any other questions? Whoa, we've been doing this for an hour and 10 minutes. Damn. So if there's no questions, I'm going to pretend that I'm going to level my paladin up to level 3.
Level 3.
Yes, and then I'm going to code some spells. So as you know, or if you don't know, you should know, the proper way to level a character is to open on your class and level, to go down in the magnifying glass and open this little box that says class and level. And if you're multi-classing, of course you would go get the player's handbook or whatever and drag that in. But if you're leveling up, you definitely want to drag your class from within this box just down to the open space and do that like that. And I'll do it twice so I get to level 3. Now the reason you're doing this is because if you drag it from an outside source, you might mix sources and screw yourself up. So this is the best practice to do that. Is it, Chris, are you wanting to ask a question? Because I keep hearing my voice back through you.
No, I'm not sure what that's about, mate.
Oh, okay. Maybe it isn't you.
I'll say
Anyway.
it wasn't me either, but I will say one of the things when you're choosing your ability scores before you start building your character, like I'm going to go with Arcane Trickster when I hit 3rd level, so I beefed up my intelligence because I want to use it for magic. So that's something to consider right when you start your character build.
Yeah, if you, because some people are even power players, they plan their entire character out to 20th level before they even start building it, even though I don't personally know a person that's ever got past like 15th level. All right, so I'm going to be the Oath of the Conquest. That sounds fun. I don't know why. All right, so now I've got all my stuff. Go ahead, CJ.
Before I get too far into it, I did have one question. For the lay on hands effects coding, it put just a 5 in the heal slot. And is there any way I can put that down to 1 so I can do it individually instead of spend all 5 in one action?
You can. Here, let me do lay on hands too, because I have that. Oh, whoops. and then I'll talk you through it here. Paladin lay on hands. Okay, so you can open up the magnifying glass,
Yep.
and you'll see that it has who is that? That's really making me crazy. That feedback. Who is that? Don't think I won't catch you. You better admit it now. Okay, we don't know who it is. So the way I have it coded is it's giving you 5 different points for paladin level. So you could basically click on that box that's edit and just delete 4 of those.
Okay.
And then just put the bonus as the number 1 and then click on that paladin until it goes to the blank space, which you might have to click on it a few times, which I just did 3 times and passed it every time. So now it'll just be heal 1, right? So you can basically adjust that to anything you want. But and I thought about that when I coded it actually, but I thought I would do it the way that it's, quote unquote proper by WotC is how I did it. So, but yeah, you can always adjust any of these codes to anything you want. All right, so on my abilities tab, I'm going to now code everything I have because I want automation out the rear end until eternity. All right, so I'm going to go to my actions tab, and it says Legacy of Malbolge. You know the minor illusion cantrip. Excellent. So I'm going to go get that. And oh, there is no coding for minor illusion cantrip, I'll bet you. Because it doesn't do anything that requires codes. You know what? I'm just going to check something, though. I'm going to read about that. I'm going to see if in the spell codings does it have that? No. Okay, yeah, it probably just a general note. Okay, so yeah, so that doesn't require any codes. So I'm just going to drag the regular minor illusion over to my spells. Boom, it's done. All right, when you reach 3rd level, you can cast Disguise Self once with this trait and regain it when you finish a long rest. Okay, good. Disguise Self. Yeah, if I don't know how to spell. Okay, so Disguise Self, again, no codes are needed for that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to drag Disguise Self over there. And I'm actually going to make this, rather than a spell, I'm going to call that power, and here's why. Because I want to put a marker on that allows me to cast that once per long rest, which is daily. So that is a way I can keep track of that, as we discussed earlier. Now when I'm in combat, if I cast Disguise Self, boom, it goes away, and it doesn't come back until the party gets a long rest. So I like that. Okay. When you reach 5th level, okay, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not even going to include what that is.
Would that come off your spell slots, or would it not be considered not a spell?
You cast Disguise Self once with this trait and regain an ability. No, I'm going to say no. It doesn't say so, but I'm going to say it doesn't make any sense to, because basically what they would be saying is, why don't you just pick an extra spell? This is something that you can do because you're this type of cleric or type of paladin. So I'm going to say no, it doesn't come off your spells.
Excellent.
But you can only do it once a day. All right. Infernal Legacy. You know Thaumaturgy. I know that too. Okay, fine. Let's get it. I don't know how to spell it, but I know it. I know it, but I can't spell it. There it is. Again, there's no coding for that because it's not a cantrip that you need codes for. So I'm going to drag that over to my cantrips, and I'm done.
Got a question, Rob.
Yep, go for it.
When you get a chance, can you take a look at the background Master Craftsman for me? Master Craftsman. I'm building this dwarf, and that's my
Okay, I'm in Master
background.
Craftsman. What did you want to know?
Take a look at the list on the very bottom where it lists all your personality traits.
Uh-huh. Okay, I'm
Look at
there.
the table names.
Master Craftsman personality trait, Master Craftsman ideal, Master Craftsman bond, Master Craftsman bond. Aha! They fucked it up. All right, so bond. Yep,
And
it's
is
a
it the
link to
same
the
table?
same table. Yes, it is. So they're
Brilliant.
completely missing. So what do
Flaw.
we? So Leroon, when you discover something like that, what is it that a Fantasy Grounds user should do?
Rightfully so. I should report it to Smiteworks in the forums.
Right. So you go here to Fantasy Grounds forums, and you go to 5th edition right here, and you look for 5e bug reports, usually at the top, and you go in down here at the bottom. And since I'm here, I'll go ahead and do this. All right, Master Craftsman comes from
Domain of the Forge.
No, I'm trying to find the source, and guess
that
what
one
the
of
source
Gwydian's?
is? No, it's one of mine.
Oh,
Ah, fuck. All right, so all right, so I need to remind because I can't just update that and then it's done. I have to update that, reload it up to Smiteworks, email James, and say, hey, this needs to be re-uploaded. So good catch, my brother. Interesting, because that master. I got my royalty reports. That sold like 60 or 80 copies. Nobody's even noticed it yet. So we'll fix it before anybody notices it.
Because nobody else wants to be a master crafter. So.
Nobody else wants to be a master crafter. That's why. All right, very good. So yeah, that should be, and that means I'll have to go get the PDF and find out. Let's see, personal trait, ideal, bond, and it's flaw that's missing. It's flaw. If it kills me, I'm gonna find out who that is. Feedback through my mic. All right. So good, Matt. You know what? I'm gonna have to make a note of that. But yes, if you guys do see errors, you should report them, even if it's something that I did, because I'll go fix it immediately. I don't fuck around. I fix that shit within 3 seconds.
Initially, I thought it was me. I was like, "Am I seeing double here, or what's going on?"
No, yeah, that is funny, because and obviously when I made that, I must have I was copying or dragging, and then I just did it twice and didn't realize it.
Yeah.
Mistakes are made. That's the great thing about any Fantasy Grounds material, though, whether it's in the Smiteworks store or part of the program itself or DM's Guild or whatever. If there is a mistake, boom, whoever, just fix it within a few hours, no problem. So let me make a note to myself about that. I will just make myself a note. Fix Master Craftsman background in, what is it? Unlikely Heroes?
That was Midgard.
Midgard, yeah.
Midgard Heroes? Okay. Midgard Heroes. All right, so I got that note for myself, so I can do that later. Okay, cool. Back to what I was doing. You can cast Hellish Rebuke spell once per day as a 2nd level spell after completion of a long rest. Interesting. All right, so let's go get Hellish Rebuke. Again, not knowing how to spell. So Hellish Rebuke actually doesn't have any codes as well. Why not? You point your finger, blah, blah, blah. The creature must save dexterity throw or take... Well, bullshit, it doesn't have codes.
Rob did them.
Yeah, but how come it's not listed here?
I don't know.
Interesting. Do I even have? Wait. How can it be possible they don't have that open? All right, everybody just calm down. Everybody just relax. Nobody panic. It's going to be fine. Oh, did I not change that from last night? Is that what's happening? That could be bad. I might have changed the spell thing last night when Leroon, you and I were testing. Could you come in and use something? You know what I mean? I might have changed it and not changed it back. Ah, crap! That's exactly what I did. So no wonder I don't have codes. It's not loaded. Now the bad thing is, in order to load that, I have to restart the table, which I'm not going to do to you guys. So I don't have my coding package for spells loaded. So I'm going to skip ahead on that. That's my bad, because last night when we did a show, we were testing. Well, good. I'm glad. I'll just mention this. We were testing whether or not you could, as a player, use something in your library that your DM did not own, and we tested that, and you can do that. And in testing that, I went and I changed the file name of the spells coding. Just so happens I chose that one. And I forgot to change it back, so it's not loaded on the table right now. So I'm assuming none of you have that. Nobody said that to me yet out of the 5 of you. Hey, where's the spells?
Yeah, I don't have any spells, so I wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't have spells either.
So do you guys
Nope.
want me to start the table again and then we'll come back? Let's just do that.
Sure, yeah, let's do that.
All right. So whatever you're working on, guys, just stand by and I'll go reload the table now and get that back for us. And then you can come back to what you're doing. Bonehead move. Didn't even remember I forgot to change it. So, guys watching, thanks for watching, everybody, by the way. If you guys have questions, let us know. Questions can be about, 2 everything packages sold. I wonder if people are taking advantage of my offer. Questions can be about character building, or they can be any question about Fantasy Grounds. Leroon and I originally came up with the idea to have this show so people could come by, and every Sunday night, if there was something you needed to know about Fantasy Grounds, if you could hang on till Sunday and you never found out your answer, you could come and ask us. 3 everything
right.
packages sold. Oh, I'm going to be getting some emails. All right, so let's load the table back up. This time with that module. And then we'll all have a happy time. I can't believe none of you guys were like, hey, Rob, where's these codes that you are so famous for? They're not here. They're gone. Nobody caught it.
I mean, I found everything I was looking for, so.
Well, only the spells were not there. The class items, the feats, the items, the race, that stuff was all there. Just the spells were missing.
Ah, okay.
Do we not
And the
have any spells, people?
The spells were there, but just not the coded ones, right? So now they are. All right, so you guys can all sign back on. And then now they should be there. Okay, so I'm going to get my character back. Maybe. And then I'm going to continue with where I was left off. So now if I go to spells, Master Craftsman. Damn it. I'm glad you caught that, Leroon. Did you? I was so quick. I was like, oh, they fucked it. Oh, wait, no, I did.
Maybe not. Remember, we found other stuff in that book too. Remember?
Yeah.
Or one like it.
All right, so let's see. I already did Minor Illusion, which doesn't have... Right, that doesn't have codes. I already did Disguise Self, which doesn't have codes. Okay, good, good. And I did Thaumaturgy. Nobody knows how to say that. Also doesn't have codes. Okay, so I'm good so far.
Thaumaturgy.
How do you say it, CJ?
Thaumaturgy.
Sure. I just said
Or the
sure because that's what CJ says all the time when he wants to be smart.
Thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy. That's how you say it. You have reached customer service Thaumaturgy. Okay. Man, I called. There used to be this thing called Replay TV, which that's gone now, but it was like a kind of a DVR where you would record shows, and then it would automatically skip commercials. It was a really cool machine. It was in the early 2000s. And I had one, I bought one for my mom. And then I was calling customer service one time, and it was in India, and the woman kept telling me, "You must press the continue button." And I didn't. I couldn't get that she was saying continue. And I'm saying it so in a manner that you can sort of understand it, but she was saying it in her accent, and I was like, "Oh my God, I don't know what you mean." And it took us like a few minutes. All right, so at second level, wait, do I have all my stuff up here? All right, okay, everybody just relax. By the way, usually when I say that, I'm the only one who needs to relax. I'm going to go back up here and I've opened up the wrong dude, I think. No.
You know what I put for my flaws, Rob? Since I
Let's
couldn't.
see. Oh, you had to make one up?
I says I have few flaws, but I know a source book that does.
That's funny.
That's my flaw.
I like it. All right, so let's go back and open up all these things again, just to make sure I didn't screw anything up. All right, so okay, wait a minute, Channel Divinity. Oh, Channel Divinity. Yeah, that's pretty important. Oh, I was doing them in the reverse order last time. Okay, wait, I better do that again. Let me do it in this order so I can do it the same order I did it before. All right. So everybody can just disregard the last 5 minutes of the show. All right. Legacy, I did that. Minor Illusion Cantrip. Third level, I get Disguise Self once per... Okay, I did that already. Fifth level, we don't care. All right, Infernal Legacy. Thaumaturgy, I did that. After you reach third level, you can cast Hellish Rebuke. That's where I think I was. Okay, let's look up Hellish Rebuke. Oh, right. See, I almost panicked again. I have the module there, but I didn't open it, so I need to go open it. Spell 5e spell effects coding. Open it. Now it'll be there. Okay, there's Hellish Rebuke. You can always tell mine, even though it says the source 5e spell effects, mine always have symbols and numbers and all kinds of crap on it. So this is a reaction with a 60-foot range. So I'm going to drag that over, and it's there. All right, but it says I can do that once per day at second level after the completion of a long rest. So I'm once again going to change this from a spell to a power, and the reason I'm doing that is so that I can put a marker on it. So Hellish Rebuke is not a part of my spell things, but is rather a once a day thing. And it did say I get to do it at second level. So I'm going to change that from 2d10 to 3d10 by taking a d10 and dragging it right in there like that. And now it's 3d10 fire. So there you go. I'm ready to go on that. All right. Once you reach fifth level, we don't care. Handle that at the time. You have resistance to fire damage. Hellish resistance. So I'm going to bring in Tiefling Hellas Resistance. And what I do, so over here it's marked with what it is, but when you bring it over here, what I like to do is I like to take that and change the category to Tiefling so that I know. I think if you just leave these blank, it's powers, isn't it? Yeah, it's powers. That's what I wanted. Not power, but powers. Okay, if you just leave it blank, it automatically puts it in powers. So now I've got my Tiefling Hellish Resistance, and that's coded automatically. So again, these errors are because different versions. Ooh, I'm not so sure I like the look of the combat tracker in this particular theme. All right, so if my guy's in there, yeah, the version is screwing that up. But if my guy's in there, which this guy is him, even though it's not labeled or whatever, if I click on that, it puts it on me, and then my character permanently has fire resistance. And then if the DM looks to see, there's a title there, because I title everything. So, like, a lot of times you'll play in games where somebody uses sneak attack, and all it says is damage 1d6, and you don't know, what is that? So, sneak attack, but I label everything. Anyway, so that's done. Wanderer, you have an excellent memory. This is just an RP thing. That's for a special feature from your background, so we don't have to do anything with that. Tenets of Conquest. A paladin who takes this oath has these Tenets of Conquest seared in the upper arm. Again, wow, it's tattooed on your fucking body. I didn't know that. So these again are roleplay things, so we don't really need to code anything or do anything. Spellcasting. Okay. Here's the spellcast. Here's the. Oh, it's from the SRD. Okay, we already have the spells here. So I get to have. Oh, Paladins is one of those classes where you know all the spells, right? But you just prepare a certain amount of them.
No, you know, 1 plus your it's your charisma modifier plus half your paladin level rounded down. You choose that many spells.
Oh yeah, okay, here it is. Equal to your charisma modifier and half your paladin level rounded down. So my charisma is 16. Excellent. My paladin level is 3, so it's 3 plus 1, so 4. And that's... So I know 4 spells. And they're all going to be first level. So I'm going to go to first level paladin spells.
And then you can change that list whenever you finish a long rest.
Right. So I think I'm going to take Bless with my codes. I'm going to take a healing spell, Cure Wounds, obviously, with my code. I'm going to take... from the Book of Lost Spells, I'm going to take Divine Beacon. And then one more. Now, I have GeoQuester's, the not really complete Tome of Spells, which has like 400 spells in it, but none of them are coded for automation. So I'm going to stick with what I have coded for automation. Holy Infusion sounds good.
I thought they were coded.
No, they're not. And there was a bit of contention about that because his advertisement for it says all these spells are coded for Fantasy Grounds. But his phrasing and use of the word coded just means he's electronically put them in available to be used in Fantasy Grounds, but he has not coded them, with my fingers in the air coded like I have with all of the titles and the effects and all that. He has not done that. And I don't think he has any intention of doing that. All right, so now I got my 4 spells. they're all there, and I can clean this up by going to combat mode and just taking a look without all this special stuff on there. Oh, wait a minute. Now why aren't, oh, because I didn't prepare my spells. I have to go to
So
standard.
I was gonna say, as a paladin or a cleric, he can change your prepared spell list every day, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And clerics do know all the spells. All right. So that's done. Oath of Conquest. This is the oath, so there's nothing in here that I need to code because it's all, this just tells you what your features are as you level up. Lay on hands. Okay, lay on hands. Did I already put that on there? Maybe I took it off. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to put on lay on hands. So let me go clear these search functions out. And then I'm going to find lay on hands. There's Paladin lay on hands. I'm going to drag it over. And I am going to... Where did it put it? Well, I've somehow lost it. Okay, let's find it. Here, let's... If you shrink all these down so you can read this stuff. Wow, that did not go well for me. It has somehow disappeared. How's that even possible? Let me try that again. something is screwing with me for sure. Okay, there it went on. I don't know. Whoa, I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but where the hell did that go?
Do you have
What are you
to
talking
expand
about?
cantrips? Do you have to expand cantrips?
Oh, is that what happened? Okay, damn, thank you. I was like, what the fuck? All right, so yeah, it's in there. Now it's in there. Yeah, it put it in there every time I asked it to. You're right, Yurush. Thank you for that. I was like, I didn't recall clicking on that to shrink it, but I must have done it without noticing it. Okay, so what I'm going to do again is, since this is a paladin thing and I want to keep my sheet organized, I'm going to call that, instead of spells, I'm going to call that paladin. And then now that's just in my paladin thing. And the uses for that, it's not so many times. You can just use it 5 times your paladin level. So I have 15 points I can use. And like we talked about earlier, the way that's coded, CJ wanted his to be 1 point at a time so that he could go, 1, 1, 1 to you, and 1 over here to you, and 5 to you, and 7 to you. And the way it's coded is it's just going to give you your paladin level times 5. So since I'm a 3rd level paladin, this should be 15. Yeah, it's 15. But you could come in here and change this and rearrange it any way you want. If you just want to divvy it out one at a time. Usually when I play a paladin, I wait till everyone's going to die, and then I give somebody the full max as they're, down to 1 hit point or something. That's what I do. So good. So we got that on there. Boom. Lay on hands. Boom. All right, fighting style. At 2nd level, I can adopt 2 of the... Oh, I'm glad this is coming up. So now here's what you want to do. I'm going to choose defense and great weapon fighting. So do I get to choose? Oh, choose 1. Okay, I'm going to choose defense. So I'm going to come over here, and on my fighting style, I'm going to actually type in the line defense. So when my DM looks at my sheet, then they'll know, oh, he's got defense. And then since defense gives me 1 bonus to my AC, I'm going to come over to my AC, And I'm going to go to armor, and I'm going to come to the miscellaneous field and put a 1 in there. Change it 18 to 19. Boom, like that. All right, then when I subsequently get further fighting styles as I level up, I'll come and do that. Like, for example, I would go here, and if I chose great weapon fighting, I would then come to where I put defense and put comma great weapon fighting or something like that. So that's done. Divine Smite. That is a thing that is coded. So I will go grab that. I'm looking for Paladin Divine Smite. There it is. So I'm going to drag that right into the Paladin area. And just take off the word Paladin in the front of that. There it is, already coded, ready to go. Oh wait, what did that say? Do I get to increase that at 3rd level? Oh no, it's a when you you burn a slot to use that. Okay, so you burn a spell slot to use that, so you can change it if you want. All right, Divine Sense. Let's go look at Divine. Here's Divine Sense right here. So I'm going to drop that in under Paladin. Boom, done. At 3rd level, the Divine Magic following you makes you immune to disease. Ooh, Divine Health. So let's find Divine Health. Paladin. Put that right in there. And again, since you're coding it as the Paladin group, you can take off the Paladin colon and all these, all these things that you're removing. They're just easier to find in this list is why they're like that. All right, so Divine Health. We've got all this. And see, Divine Sense, you can use twice per long rest, and it already was in the code. It already had that in there. So when you drug it over, it already knows that. So it's giving you these marks here to keep track of it.
Why only twice for you?
Why only twice?
It's supposed to be 1 plus your charisma modifier for Divine Sense.
So then what you do is I made it 2 as a default, and then you would because it's different for every character. So thank you for saying that, CJ, because then I would come here and I would say 4, like that. All right.
I had a question for you, Rob.
Yes, sir.
The Blessing of the Forge is really not coded. It is a note. But I went ahead and coded it. I wanted you to look at it and see if I'm on the right track here. So you can look at my character sheet on the domain abilities.
So at 1st level, you gain the ability to imbue magic into a weapon armor. At the end of the long rest, you can touch one non-magical object as a suit of armor or simple magical. Until the end of your next long rest, or until you die, the object becomes a magic item, granting a +1 bonus. What is the source of that?
It's
Book of Lost
Domain
Spells.
of the Forge.
Right, but it's from the Book of the Lost Spells, right?
No, it's part of one of the cleric domains.
Okay, so all right, hold on a second. I need to just test something. I think it is coded, isn't it? Why?
5E
Blessing-
class feature effects coding. That's where I'm taking it from. So it has to be from one of the original sources, probably Xanathar's or.
Well, it's in the Book of Lost Spells, and it's also in the spell coding effects. Oh, cleric, Blessing of the Forge. My bad.
Yeah.
At 1st level, you gain the. Until the end of your next long rest, until you die, the object becomes magical. Whoa! Yeah, I guess that just somehow didn't get done, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, let's take a look at what you have then. Hold on.
I mean, I'm close. I might have it off a little bit. The only thing that I'm looking at here is that it won't be magic on the attack.
Yeah, I can fix that. Blessing of the Forge. Attack 1, damage 1.
So one works for armor or a weapon, depending
Oh
on what
yeah,
you
so you would do 1 comma magic.
Okay.
Now wait a minute. I don't know that that's gonna work.
That's what I'm wondering.
It might work, or you might have to do DMG TYPE : magic. You know, like here. Let's do this, because I know that'll work. So let's just make it that damage type magic. So that'll work.
Okay.
Now I've got to screenshot that and go look to see what number that is. That is going to be screenshot number 12. And I need to add a note in my note. Code Blessing of the Forge for Cleric. Screenshot 12. All right, so I'll take care of that after the show too. Yeah, it seems that should have been done. I don't know why it wasn't. That's super weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Maybe I
Might
read
have
that
thought it's the
initially.
same. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I might have read that initially and thought, oh, you don't, I don't know what I thought. Who knows what going through 4,000 of these and trying to remember what my brain was thinking at the time. What were you going to say, Urash? I'm sorry.
I was saying maybe you saw you already had those coded and they're different, I guess.
Yeah, the one from the Book of Lost Spells is... Yeah, that's a different... So there happens to be a spell in the Book of Lost Spells called the Blessing of the Forge, and it's a different thing, and I probably saw that and went, oh, it's already done. That's probably what happened. All right, Divine Sense. I'm going to put on my guy.
I've got a thing, Rob.
Yeah, go for it.
The Face of the Forgotten Realms, is that kind of supposed to be done?
It's supposed to be done.
Sorry, I'm trying to find the channel divinity for the Vigilance Oath, and I'm not finding it.
Okay, let me check here.
Sorry to be ambiguous.
All right, so you're trying to find class cleric, right? Or paladin?
Paladin, yeah.
Paladin.
The only three I'm seeing are Conquering, Emissary, and Rebuke.
Okay, hold on a second. The hell's the name of that? Here it is. Face of the Forgotten Realms. Paladin. And you're trying to find what exactly now?
The channel divinity Vigilance.
And what oath is that in?
The Oath of Vigilance.
Oh, Vigilance. Okay. Holy shit. You don't happen to know? Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay. Channel Divinity Vigilance. And oh, you're trying to find the codes, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh no codes for that. None.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that whole module has no codes because fuck. That would take
Probably
That
make us-
is a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know that I would sell enough of those to be worth the time to do it. But I can code that for you though. I can do that just manually right now. Let me look. Yeah, I misunderstood. I thought you were just saying that the whole thing was missing. Like I was like, what?
Oh yeah, no. Sorry.
Okay, so that's called Oath Vigil. What's it called again?
Channel divinity, and then in parentheses, Vigilance.
Oh yeah, okay. So Channel Divinity Vigilance. So let's give you. Let's see what this comes up with. All right, it kind of tried to code it. Fantasy Grounds gave it a shot, but let's see what this is. Hold the line. All allies within 30 feet of you gain +1 bonus to AC as long as they remain stationary. So you would go, what's this wisdom saving throw in here? All right, I'll worry
That's
about
for
that in a
the
second.
second one.
All right, so you would add an effect, and this would be Channel Divinity Vigilance AC :1, and that would be 4 targets until they move or are moved. So that wouldn't have or a 1 minute. Okay, so we're gonna put 1 minute on that, and that's gonna be, you'd basically have to either assign that and then it runs a minute, or if some condition triggers, then you'd have to go take it off. That's the only way you can really do it. Okay. The bonus AC increases to +2 at 9th level. So then when you got to 9th level, you just go in there and change the 1 to a 2, right? Okay. Halting challenge. Opponents within 30 feet of you can hear must make a wisdom saving throw. Okay, so that's there. And then it should be higher than 8. Let's look at that. Let's go to what should that, your ability is what? Charisma?
Yeah, I think it should be a 13.
Right, so it's going to make a wisdom saving throw of 13. At the end of each of their turns. Wait a minute. Okay. Unable to move. Okay, so then they're unable to move toward you. We could add, let's do it. Let's add a note that you would apply to the target, and then say unable to move toward CJ or whatever, right? So then you would do that just as a note to apply. And then number of rounds equal to your charisma modifier. So you would say 3 rounds. And there you go. So then that's how you'd do it.
All right.
Boom. Cool. Heart attack averted. When you said, "Oh, is this complete?"
Yeah.
Are you missing a channel? I was like, "Oh shit! Oh my god! Don't say it out loud." All right.
Yeah, I wanted to avoid like being someone says I can't find this thing and it's there, and or like it's on the way, and I just was being impatient.
No.
just wanted to double
Yeah.
check.
So just to be clear, everybody watching, if you have Face of the Forgotten Realms, that's got 200 pages of material in it, but none of the 176 spells that were put in there are coded the way I did the coding packages for the official. I only usually do official WotC material only because it would probably take me, I don't know, a couple hundred hours to do that, and it might sell 10 copies, so it's not worth it, right? Okay, so what else do I have? Conquest oath spells. Oh yes, I get my oath spells, so let's put those in.
That's CJ's character.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. These are this is my thing, but I did have CJ's character open, and I would have put them on his character, no doubt. Totally, I would have done it. All right, so
Would have ruined this character I'm not keeping.
you gain oath spells at the paladin level. See Sacred Oath class before how oath spells work. Okay, so I'm gonna put them in as oath spells. So I'm actually going to create a new category called Oath Spells. And then I'm going to put in Armor of Agathys, which I'm going to not take there. I'm going to take it off my coding. Armor of Agathys is going to go in Oath Spells. I can delete that. And also Command, which is here with a 60 on it in my Oath Spells. Boom. Channel Divinity Conquest. Okay. So I should have Conquering Presence in there. There it is. So I'm going to just put that in there as a paladin thing. Boom. Already coded. And then my last one is Guided Strike, which there it is, Cleric. Cleric and Paladin, same thing for Guided Strike. I'm going to put that in Paladin. And then, oh my god, my guy's done. My guy's not only done, he's fully coded and ready to go. And as a matter of fact, you know what I'll do? I'll export this, and I will save this as another pre-gen. Oh no, but it's 3rd level. I can't do that. Okay, never mind. I only do 1st level pre-gens. But anyway.
Was there a particular reason you're separating the oath spells?
Yes, because they don't count against my prepared spells.
Yeah, against your spells known. But I think they
Right.
still use your regular spell slots.
They still use slots, but that's just kept track of up here. But when I'm preparing spells, like let's say I have a list of all these spells and I can only prepare so many, I won't mistakenly prepare one of my oath spells and burn a preparation slot without knowing it, right? That's just why I do it.
Okay.
All right, so who needs a 3rd level character to kick ass? Let's do it. All right, you guys got all yours done? Did you have any questions or any stumbling blocks or anything?
Yeah, Rob, I'm putting my domain spells in a separate category. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. CJ and I were talking about oath spells or domain
That's what I figured.
spells in a separate category. If you look on the Discord screen, you'll see my oath spells are here, and then my regular spells are down here.
Do I want to assign it my base score though? Like for instance, mine's casted off wisdom. Set that at wisdom.
Yeah, you can go in and set your ability to wisdom,
Okay.
which I should do for mine charisma. And then this is also going to be charisma for any of this stuff. Like on CJ, on one of yours, we changed it to charisma within the spell, but you can also set in the heading. You can also do your spells. You can also do the thing in there, and then it should, if you do that, it should change all of your numbers to the right thing in each individual thing that's listed under there. So like mine should all be right now. Let's find a save on here. Do I have anything with a save? Holy crap.
Yeah, Bless has. That's for the enemy.
Bless doesn't have a save though. I don't have anything that has a save yet. You know what? Good. I'll play a character that doesn't need saves. I'll just fuck you up no matter what. Yeah, nothing with a save on mine. Wow. Interesting. Oh, wait, here's one. Dex. Okay, so what is this? This is Hellish Rebuke. And since it's in the power thing, I can't change it. So I do have to go in and change that to charisma. And then it should be like a 13. Yeah, there we go. All right, so there was one. So now I'm good to go. I'm going to play this 3rd level paladin in my next game. Nothing. I don't have any games coming up that I'm going to play in. All right, I think we did. We went through everything. We made a complete automated character for the stream. Any questions that we missed in the chat at all? I think we lost Chris a long time ago, huh?
Just like 15, 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
He had to go for something.
Okay.
Probably because we were going longer than he thought we were going to.
Well, yeah, I did tell him it was going to be an hour, which is what I thought it would be, but not 2, but whatever.
2 hours
It's
later,
cool. It's cool. It's cool. So
but he
good,
did
guys.
say sorry, and he, said thanks for the tutorial.
Yeah. Well, and it'll be available on YouTube if he wants to go finish it out. But I thought
But
it
we
was
shouldn't
cool that
really
he
talk
could
about
he
him
could be a
right
part of
now,
it.
can we?
That Chris, man, fuck that guy. I've had people say, I went and watched the video of our game just so that when I left the chat, I could hear you say, what a dick. Because I do that all the time when people leave. People think it's funny. Well, most people. There's one guy that doesn't really think it's funny. We know who that is. All right. What else, guys? I think that's it. Did we do everything? Is there anything else to go over? I don't think so.
I think all the other classes are a little bit easier. I think the ones that are spellcasters are a bit harder to get situated, especially those that have to prepare spells, like Paladin, Cleric, Wizard, and Warlock.
Yeah, and the reason if I would have got something other than a spellcaster, I would have re-rolled it because I wanted to go through that because it's the most complicated part, is especially if you're going to try to automate your spells. Now, of course, you can do that all manually. And I encourage people to do that. I point people, if they don't want to spend money on having me done it for them already, they could absolutely learn how to do it, and anyone can. It's not that hard. It's just really involved, and then you have to go read the wiki. And the best way to learn how to make those effects, obviously, is to play the game multiple times. And I mean, that's how I started learning. Is I was just like, you know what? I'm sick of doing this sneak attack manually. I'm going to code it in. And then one thing led to another, and then that's how you go. It's like Hitler invaded Poland, and one thing led to another, and the United States dropped 2 atomic bombs on the sovereign nation of Japan. It's kind of how it went. World War II, anybody?
Sad now.
Does everybody read history? Do you guys know about that? Did they teach you that in school?
Apparently not.
I don't want to say anything. It still might be a sensitive subject for some people.
I wasn't alive when that happened.
Anybody
I
that
know,
World War
right?
II is a sensitive subject to is dead. Trust me. There's fucking like one veteran left. He's 107. No, I don't. I actually think they did a show about that. I think there's less than 100 people alive that fought in World War II. I think is what I heard. God
Which
bless 'em.
is a little sad because it was such a horrible thing. Anyways, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Fantasy Grounds.
Fantasy Grounds was invented by the Swedes, and I don't know the Norwegians. I don't know. I can't remember. Actually,
Was it really?
yeah, I actually I emailed. I wonder if Doug has got back to me yet. No, I don't see it here. I asked Doug to come on the Sunday night show because we've had a few people request, can someone from Smiteworks come on and give like the history of Fantasy Grounds and the history of Smiteworks and tell us about the update schedule and tell us about new things coming and tell us about
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, so I emailed him, but I only did that like about 10 minutes before tonight's show. So yeah, so I'll see if,
He's falling asleep.
yeah, it's already like 11 at night there, and he's got a wife and 2 kids, so yeah, he's asleep. But
Took me six months to get on the Unity beta team. So
What?
now, yeah,
I don't think you're supposed to talk about that.
Somebody's pulling our leg. That's awesome.
yeah, that's one of the questions I have for him.
Yeah, there's no Unity beta team at all. There is a Unity beta team. It's 2 guys. But end of August, alpha testing, Kickstarter alpha. Can't wait.
Rob, are you gonna go over our character sheets and make sure we did them right?
Oh yeah, let's do that. That's good. Yeah, that's part.
I kept mine.
So the thing I would look at is I would go to your abilities tab, and then I would look for something that is information that is missing. And it looks like Fury doesn't have anything that she would need to annotate as a special note. So she's got all her weapons. She's got, like on your abilities tab, sometimes there are things you can make choices. And
like my Draconic Ancestry, which
exactly.
I did annotate. I did with silver.
Oh yeah, you did down here. Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm on top of that shit.
Easier for the eye to pick out if it's in parentheses. That's just a thing that I have. You're fine. You could have done it that way. Yeah, that's just a personal thing. Okay, CJ has yes, he has quite extensively noted the shit out of this. Holy fucking goddamn. I love it. Yeah, he's made. Wow, if you guys can see this on my screen in Discord, he's made a lot of notes here.
I see a lot.
To help him be able to run that as it goes. And the DM would be like, well, I wonder what are his tenets of vengeance? Well, he doesn't have that noted.
We need
So
to
then-
let Race read this character sheet. It's like a book.
Oh yeah, he loves to read.
I mean, do you want me to write out all the tenets of vigilance? It's just
No, you don't. Oh, my bad. Fuck, never mind. That's
that's all the tenets of his faith.
I'm just which is nothing. You know, that's just RP stuff. But I'm so used to clicking on something, and if I see something bold, I'm like, why don't we have the choices there? But you're right, that's nothing. So you're all very good. You're good to go. He's got his extra language, and then over here on the actions tab, he's got all his shit automated, ready to go. Weapons, javelins, 5 ammos. Okay. Leroon has Channel Divinity is there's no choices, you just get all that, so that's good. Forge time 2, okay, good, spellcasting. And then he's got all this stuff, smith tools, very good, yep. And then he's got all his stuff automated over there. Oh my god. Nice, I love it. Oh, he even did his actions. He even went in and drug over the, everybody should do this for every character. You guys don't have to do it now, but I'm saying every player should do this. You got dodge, help, hide, and ready. So that if any of those are needed while you're playing, boom, they're right there for you. So that's good too. And then Urash has criminal contact, expertise, sneak attack, thieves can't, brave, halfling, nimblest, lucky. Yep, he doesn't need to add anything. So normally the stuff you would add is at 4th and 8th level, or whenever you get an ability bonus, you would add on there. I took 2 con, or I chose a feat, or whatever, that kind of stuff. Just in case your DM wants to look at your character sheet and wants to know what's up. Let's look at mine. Did I do that? Oh, that's inventory. Yeah, so I put conquest for my, or no, nope, that's okay. Nope. I took defense for fighting style, and I think that's the only one I had to make a note on. So as you level up and get more choices about stuff, but fighters and rogues and some of those things, even at lower levels, you have to make choices and pick from a list, and so then it's best to do that. All right, guys, we did it. 2 hours.
Yep.
Excellent.
That's about average when I teach the college. That's about the average time it takes.
Yeah, and we took the time and we answered questions, and we were helping each other and stuff. But normally, just to make a character with that automated thing that we used in the beginning, it should only take you 15 minutes. Unless if you do the flash, everything's done for you right away, maybe 10 minutes.
But then it was all the coding that took forever.
Yeah. But
that's a lot of optional shit too.
Yeah, if somebody says, hey, I'm having a Fantasy Grounds one-shot game, do you want to come? I don't have pre-gens, you have to make your own character. It is possible to whip a character together in no time, like just right quick. If you do it the regular way, just out of your mind, it could take you 20 minutes, half an hour, even if you're adept at what it's doing. Oh, and that's the other thing is I do still have the, and I'll put this link in the chat, I'll go find it here. I still do have the 15-minute character thing that I wrote 2 years ago. That kind of gives you the instructions of what the random PC generator does. Let's see if we can find it here. There's a video on YouTube, and that video has the link to the forum posting, I believe.
Okay, hello.
Okay. Let's see if it does here. Yeah, so the link is in the video, so I'll just give you the video, and then the link to the forum posting to follow along with the video is there as well. So if you guys want to watch that, that's there for you too. All right. if no one has anything else, let's wrap her up. Let's talk about next week's show.
All right.
Next week's show is going to be awesome. What is it? Oh, it's tables. We're going to talk about tables with EPTX Brewer, which I'm gonna message him right now and remind him. Why do I not have him in my list? Hello, Brewer.
Well, that's right. We need to do the top 10 tips poll. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I don't have Brewer in my Discord. Why is that? Do you have him in yours, Lightroom? Maybe you can message him and remind him.
I don't. Last time I asked. Oh, there he is. He's on.
Oh, he's in now. Okay, good. Hey,
In the
Brewer,
chat.
you got to get on my Discord. Let me PM me in Discord just to make sure you're there. So you're up next Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific to be our guest on our show. We're going to talk about tables, and we'll show table stuff, and we'll also show Celestian's. Celestian made one, and then another guy made one. There's inline tables and there's rollable tables, so we'll go through all that. And then we do need to, coming up here in about a month or so, we've got the top 10 tips, so we need to come up with a poll. We can make like one of those polls where people can vote, and we'll come up with like 30 different things, and people can vote the top 10 or whatever.
Okay.
So if you guys have ideas for that, just anybody that can hear my voice, if you guys have ideas for that, what that's going to be is a show of the top 10 tips for Fantasy Grounds. So if you know a tip, like those Friday tips I do on Facebook and Twitter, stuff like that, but things that you find to be the most useful or that you've used or whatever, if you guys have ideas about that, email me, PM me, come to my house, knock on my door, or whatever it is. CJ. He lives in my town. And
Technically, I live in the town over.
well, right, but it's all the same. It's all the same area. When you
Silly
talk to
Valley
somebody
types.
when you talk to somebody that doesn't know, you just say Spokane.
Yeah.
You don't say I live in the county, which is not Millwood, and it's also not the valley, but it's north of the river by the library, but it's in the county. You don't say that. You just say Spokane. People that live here, you do say that because you're like, where are you now? Oh, my eyes, everybody.
If you're east of the Cascades, your choices are Tri-Cities or Spokane.
Yeah, right.
That's all you tell people.
Nobody talks about Wenatchee or any of these other.
Fuck is Yakima?
Yeah, what the hell?
Crackamaw.
Crackamaw, that's right.
Is the Sky Mall still there in Spokane?
The Sky Mall?
That's what I mean. It's not the Sky Mall, but it's just the one with the catwalks and stuff.
Oh, yeah. We were the first
River
one.
Park Square.
Yeah, we were the first one to have Skywalks in the United States, and also the first place to have IMAX Theater in the United States. And the IMAX Theater just recently, the building is still there, but it recently stopped, like after 45 years or something.
Because the AMC has IMAX now.
Yeah, because the AMC has IMAX theaters in it. So the IMAX building, this cool cone-shaped thing, or well, it's not even in here. I'll show you it. See if I can get it by that.
I think I've been to Spokane
this
twice.
Thing right here. This was the IMAX theater built in 1973 or 1974. It was for Expo 74, and it's
cool.
a super cool building. But they, about in the last 10 years or so, the AMC multiplex downtown, which is about a block away from this thing, walking distance. I mean, you can see it from, if you stand here, you can see the other one. They have multi IMAX theaters in there, so this place just shut down, which is kind of sad. Expo 74. Yeah, I was 8. I was there. What's up? CJ.
Yeah, and that mostly showed like documentaries and educational IMAX films, which were neat.
Yeah, they were
like the Everest one.
Yeah, the Grand Canyon. You'd just be flying through the Grand Canyon, throwing up watching this movie because it was so awesome. And so yeah, they mainly did that, but here's Expo 74 right there.
I think it should be a landmark like Temple 2E.
Right? And here's the original
center.
pavilion. They built this pavilion, and then every year the wind would blow this thing off, and they'd have to repair it for hundreds of thousands. And then they finally one year they're like, fuck it. So now it just looks like you can see. I don't know, where's the pic? Here it is, right here. You can see they don't cover it anymore. They just leave it. Oh, this looks recent, CJ. This looks like them digging up this last couple months here.
Probably like 6 months or so ago, or last year. It looks
Yeah.
like what they were doing to put in the what's there now, the new carousel and all that.
So here's what it looked like in '74 when Expo was here, and I could very well be one of these little people right in here, little kid walking around. And then it's cool because do they have any pictures of like the railroad? You know, it used to be all downtown used to totally just be a railroad. So like this is what it looks like now. And back in the day, all of that whole entire area was just a railroad yard. Like all the way up until like the 1970s. And there's old pictures of it and shit down there.
Yeah, the clock tower was for
The clock tower is the only thing they saved. So this is like in the 1800s or whatever the hell, down there.
First we
Spokane's got
started
a rich history, everybody.
we started as a water mill, and then became a railroad stop. Boom and bust.
Yep, and the flour mill is also still there. And there's
Operational?
Yeah, no. All of the parts are still there, but it's not a working flour mill. But
Now it's kind of like an office building, and has
yeah, it's
like
an office
a
building. My
restaurant
financial
in it.
advisor's on the 6th floor. I went to broadcasting school in the basement of that building for a year. But here's what it looks like. And Clinker Dagger is the restaurant that's a fancy steakhouse. That's where I said that's not the place I was telling you about, Room, but that's another place that's really awesome. And you have to have a fucking Porsche to go there. I don't have a Porsche, but let's see, where's a good picture? Well, here's the side of it. Clinker Dagger. Yeah, here's the side of the flour. What the fuck, man?
That was a tiny thumbnail.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Where's it? Okay, well, this is the front of it. So if you park outside in the front, but like I want a riverside view of it. Here we go. So that's the back. And then the river's right there. Dangerous. Don't go in the river. You'll fucking die. The falls.
Seriously, do not go in the river.
Do not
Why?
go. Don't even go.
That's-
No. We have so many people die in the river every fucking year. It's insane. And even if you go in like the calm part where there's no waves or no waterfalls, you'll get sucked into something and die. And
The
people do it
undertow
every
is
year.
there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, people
Oh.
that live in our town know don't fucking swim in this thing. Because you
I
just
like
get
that Marbanya. The good rogue name. Clinker
Yeah,
Dagger.
Clinker Dagger.
Clinker Dagger. Yeah, that's that restaurant. I mean, that restaurant, you guys. This is the end of every Sunday night show is us just fucking whatever. This has nothing to do with Fancy Grounds.
That's where the Spokane Club goes to eat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Clinker Dagger restaurant. It is amazing. I mean, look at this. You sit in there, and there's the fucking river right there. You're in the flour mill, so that building, you're in that building, and it's just amazing. And it's almost worth. CJ, you've been there, haven't you?
No, I'm too far.
Uh-oh. Okay, bro. You and me, buddy. We're doing it. It's my treat. We're doing it.
Awesome.
get your suit.
No suit. You go in there in shorts and a goddamn Fancy Grounds t-shirt. That's what we're doing. You go in there, and they're
I want
so
one of the
nice.
brown ones.
Yeah, I'm wearing a brown one right now. Let's see if I can put myself on camera here. I don't know how to do that. How do I do that without? Can I do it? Even if
You guys
I do
pretend
it?
you're
Oh yeah, there we go.
employees in
So
there.
there's my brown Fancy Grounds
Nice.
t-shirt right there. So let me reshare the screen.
Very strategically placed book back there. I like it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Got to do it. So yeah, but this restaurant, you guys. I mean, if any of you guys ever make it to Spokane, we have to. I mean, it's just it's the premier Spokane restaurant, basically. I mean, there's
So
a couple
basically,
other.
if we go up to Spokane, any of us, anybody who's watching the stream goes up to Spokane, contacts you, you will take us out to dinner at Clinker Dagger.
Yep.
All
Clinker
right.
Dagger. $100.
I'm gonna say yeah. If anybody's crazy enough to come here, CJ's the only one I know that is already here, and I've already made him that. Yeah, if you fly or drive here and somehow contact me, we will go to Clinker Dagger, and I will buy you
Right.
the fucking pre-dinner roll basket.
I'm gonna
Well-
call Dusty.
Rob, I got to go visit with Stacy, so I'll probably have to go out there.
What do you mean?
sooner
You're
or
not
later.
visiting with Stacy, are you? Are you really?
Yeah, because she's
Whoa,
been sick.
whoa, who's
so
Stacy?
she's been sick, so that's why I want to go.
Oh,
out
I
and
didn't
see
know
her.
she was sick. Oh, that's too bad. Stacy is a
Yeah.
person that I know that Leroy knows that lives in Spokane.
Is her mom hot?
No.
She is a mom.
Yeah. She was an ex-girlfriend of mine when we were kids. We weren't really boyfriend girlfriend. We were more like playmates. And she used to have a horse, and we'd run around on that horse, and I used to love that horse. And I wrote her a love letter that said, "I like you because you have a horse." That's what I put in the letter, I guess.
And he was 23
So-
years old. Yeah.
There's a line from the Blues Brothers. The soup is fucking $10. So here it is. The soup is $10. $11. I look at this. Here we go. Steak, $42, $49. Yeah, you're gonna pay some
Jesus
money to eat there.
Christ.
Jesus Christ, we're going.
Yeah. It's a couple $100
but-
there for dinner.
But it is a you have to make reservations. You don't have to, but you should. CJ, you and I will go for the lunchtime crowd there. I think you don't have to make reservations. But anyway,
Ooh.
yeah, they've got a group. They got meeting room. We could play D&D and eat, and it costs everybody $1,000. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Take your
Spokane,
staff.
everybody. Why people are watching this on YouTube? What in the fuck? What is? Why are we?
What's this
listening to
Fantasy Grounds? Because
It's
we like
Fantasy
the name
Grounds.
of Clinker Dagger.
We're fantasizing about being able to afford expensive steaks.
Yeah, right.
At the
But
Clinker Dagger.
Oh, they put a white tablecloth for you if you want. There's some breadsticks. They got pasta. Nice. You got wine. I don't do wine, of course, but yeah, that view. I mean, if you sit in that room, you're looking at the falls while you're eating. I mean, it's just amazing.
That's
It's
going to be the
just-
next name for my rogue, Clinker Dagger.
Clinker Dagger. There you go. And that's been there for, shoot. I think maybe. Oh, they don't have like a history thing here. I think they've been there, 40 years. I think they've been there since 1974, maybe. Does it say here when they Gonzaga? Yeah, whatever. Does it say when they started? And all these restaurants are a member of this group, so you might have heard some of these other restaurants. I don't know. Here, let's do this. Let's do Clinker Dagger.
Opened in
So-
1974.
Okay, because
Rob,
they're gonna
what's
have
your
a Wikipedia page, won't they?
Rob?
Go
Do you
ahead.
have an itinerary for your Seattle visit?
I do.
I know you got to go to the doctor.
No, not the Davenport Hotel. That's cool too. Holy shit. Spokane's really cool, you guys. It's just got a lot of cool stuff to look at. CJ and
Cool
I
if you're
live.
rich.
It's like down the street. We don't give a fuck. We've already seen it, But if you come here, it's a lot of cool stuff. So Seattle, I have to go. I'm gonna drive there August 30th. August
You're driving?
31st. Yeah, I'm gonna drive. What's up? Let's do it. So, the reason I'm driving is I need my car while I'm there. So August 30th, I'll drive to Seattle. August 31st, I have my appointments at the University of Washington. And that's also the first day of PAX West, which I will miss. The 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, I'm going to PAX West, and then the 4th, I'm driving home.
Where's PAX West held this year?
I think Convention Center.
Okay.
Never been to it. I got-
It moves, but yeah.
Let's find out. PAX West is under FAQ. Is that where you would find out where it is? Where do I sign up? How can I? Where the fuck? Look at this FAQ. That's ridiculous. Who
Sold
wants to look at this. Venue. Is there free Wi-Fi? Venue. How come it doesn't tell you where it is?
General
General? Where's General? Oh,
or
General.
left?
Can I take pictures? I have a stroller. Do you have accommodations? How do panels work? Do you charge for autographs? What is Penny Arcade? Will I be on camera? Let's look at that question. I want to see that. PAX is going to be the public
Maybe.
domain. We have no rules against filming and photography. In short, yeah, you're going to be on camera. That's funny, the way they worded that. They're like, yeah. And one of our Fantasy Grounds community members, stream friends, is getting me free tickets to that. So,
Sweet.
do you guys even see anything? Usually Fury's the one that goes, there it is, I see it. She hasn't said anything.
Oh, I was searching plane tickets and pricing.
Oh, you want a free steak? How dare you?
I don't. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth the $600 plane
It's
ticket.
gonna
round
be
trip.
$600 to get a $80 steak. Nice.
Yeah.
But you would have to put up with me for like a whole week. So
wow, I guess. All right, let's do this, you guys. Where is PAX West 2018?
doesn't it just say Seattle, Washington right there?
Yeah, but
Where in
Washington
Seattle?
State Convention Center shows
Yeah,
up
that's
over
right
here.
downtown.
So I would assume, and the guy that's getting me the tickets, he said, you wanna bus it in or Uber, because he said parking's a goddamn nightmare. But I don't care about
Yep.
that, because I'll pay the $20 parking fee or whatever that's fine. I don't care about that.
It's more
I'm
like
willing-
finding a parking space.
Yeah, but if it's at the convention, I don't even know. Whatever, I can Uber it. That's fine too.
That's what I do. I Uber whenever I go to conventions.
I can
Unless
go
I get a
dr-
hotel really close to the convention center, then
Yeah,
we'll walk
and
it.
actually,
Like, you know what?
right, I'll be staying like 15 miles away in Bellevue.
Yeah, you don't want to do
So-
that.
Do.
But-
Last night, those of
Like-
you that weren't here, last night I almost showed my liver surgery pictures. Everyone's freaking out. No, don't do it.
Go.
Was it that bad? Were they
Well,
gory?
what happened was I was looking for something. on
Don't
my hard
show
drive.
us.
No,
I'm just
not gonna do it.
asking.
Yeah, no, I was here, and somebody joked, "Oh, it's in your liver surgery folder." So I went here, and then these are the pictures I was going to show. But I did show these, like me, almost dead, with my guy. That's the guy this is the guy that saved my life right there. That guy.
What, he
Dr.
gave you his
Rockstar.
liver?
Yeah, he gave me his own liver. He took me in the and he sliced me open, and he sliced himself open, and it fell in, and he sewed me up, and then he died. But I was a sickly boy. I was a very
yeah.
very sickly man. Look at that, almost dead.
Yep.
But yeah, so I was gonna open these, which are actual shots of my liver on the operating table, and everyone's like, "No, we're gonna throw up. Don't do it." So you can look hard on the internet and find those if you want.
No.
I don't know. I might.
So PAX West, everybody, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna wear my Fantasy Grounds t-shirts, and I'm gonna take my cards. And I'm gonna
Aren't
try to
you
get
worried
everyone-
about like the unwashed masses at conventions?
Yes, but I'll be near the hospital. I'll be near the hospital.
Okay.
Really close.
I can run back into University of Washington if I need to and check myself in. They love me there. I'm one of their special 200 or 300
Projects.
people that they love. Yeah, they know me by name over there at the UW. So and then CJ and I are going to SpoCon, which is August 10th through the 12th, and that's here in town. And we're gonna have some fun there.
When did the PAX West go on sale? I didn't even know there was on sale.
They're sold
yet.
out. Yeah,
I saw
there's-
that.
Yeah, I don't know. I the first
Except for
time
Monday.
the first time I went to look at it, I was like, I said, I keep the guy's name Tigran. I can't remember his damn name.
Yeah. Yeah, he lives here. Seattle.
Yeah, so Tigan. I just don't know how to say it. So he said, I said, well, they're sold out. How are you gonna get tickets? He goes, no, you leave that to me. I'm like, okay, don't tell me. Is it illegal? Is there murder involved? I don't want to know. But yeah, so I won't be able to. And their schedule isn't even up yet, or maybe it is now. Nope, schedule is not available yet. Yeah, because who wants to know, a month in advance what's happening? Nobody. I got offered free tickets. A friend of mine, Eric, who's an actor in LA, he offered me free tickets to Comic-Con in San Diego. But he
You know
only
Eric Estrada?
not Eric Estrada. It's not Eric
Oh.
Estrada. He offered me free tickets, but I told him, hey, it's too late. Why is that picture there? That's not Eric Edwards. Well, there must be more than one Eric Edwards. Wow. Eric Edwards seems a very common name. But my friend was not born in 1945. That's not him. There's another actor named Eric Edwards. I didn't ever know that. Let's see. Is he on Twitter? I just talked to him on the phone. I don't follow his social media crap. All right, let's do this. Miyazaki. For any of you who have seen National Lampoon's, no, that's not him. He's not Patrick Duffy or whoever that guy was. There he is. This is my friend Eric right here. So, I met him when I moved to Los Angeles, and we became the best of buddies. He's a guy that he's been in Blade, he's been in Candyman, Sergeant Bilko, he's been in all these movies. So, here's what he's famous for. He used to weigh like 350 pounds, and he was a big guy. That's how he got started in movies. His first movie was like Problem Child 2, and he was sitting on the stairs somewhere, and one of the casting people said, "Hey, you want to be in a movie?" And he's like, "Yeah, cool." And then all of a sudden, he's an actor now. So, but he's got a lot of fans from his character Miyazaki, which was in the movie The Last Virgin. What was it called? Let's find it. Here, let me see if I can get him on the phone. Hold on. Hey Siri, call Eric Edwards.
Calling Eric Edwards, mobile.
All right, let's see if we. Can you guys hear the ring?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is so far from what the show's about.
This is not what our show is, but hey, shit happens. What was the National Lampoon movie called?
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message.
Rude.
81848.
We don't need to know what his telephone number is on the screen.
Way to go,
I
you're
don't
just
think.
doxering all of this
Please
information.
record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
See, that's why you're supposed to put personalized messages
Eric
for
Edwards,
these
Rob
things.
Toohey, I'm calling you. I'm on my show. I'm on the internet on Twitch right now doing my show, which has nothing to do with you or anything. But somehow the conversation led to Eric Edwards, and we're on your IMDb page looking at shit. And so I thought I'd call you and see if you were there, but you're not there. Anyway, all right. Talk to you later, bro. This is Rob Toohey, by the way. Now, lest you think that he wouldn't know who I am and I have to identify myself, I end every call with that. Even when my mother was alive, I would call her and then I would end it with, "This is Rob Toohey, by the way." That's just a little thing I do. And then my email signature used to be THIZZIZ, Rob Toohey, by the way. This is Rob Toohey, by the way. Now, if I don't find out the name of that goddamn movie, let me type Virgin here and see if I can find it by that. No. Last Resort. Maybe that was it. No, that's not it. Is it? Oh no, I know. Miyazaki. I'll try Miyazaki. Anyway, he gets stopped. There it is. Senior Trip. That was it. Senior Trip. So he played this guy in Senior Trip. Is there not a picture of him? Where's the fucking poster? I don't know. Anyway, it's a kind of a cult movie, and we'd be walking in the street, and people would, even when he lost weight, people would stop him and go, "Miyazaki," and then we'd talk to him and stuff. It was funny. All right, Eric Edwards, everybody. Look it up. All right, what did we... Can we go 3 hours? Is everybody dead? Is there anybody even in Discord listening to me anymore? Did everybody leave?
I mean, technically.
We're still here.
You're all still here. You guys are awesome.
Bofford's still here. F2O is still around. It says there's more people watching, but they're not
Senior
really
Trip,
chatting.
yeah, F2. What F2? Who is F2? I like that. I
F2,
like that name.
F2.
F2. Senior Trip. He got it. He said Senior Trip. All right, guys. That's it. Let's shut it down. Oh, Leroon's leaving. He already left.
Barbanya's here. Oh.
I am F2. What does that even mean? No, but I know, but what is that name? EFTWO. What does that even mean? That's cool. Bofferin just slapped you in the face, Fury.
I slapped him earlier. It's
Oh, you
fine.
did? Okay.
I have 100 more
it's
slaps to give
fine.
out, so.
All right. Well, so I guess for the next 12 hours, I'm going to be going through my PMs and sending people free shit. Look at all these PMs. Nice. Very good. People are in the know. Like the key on the keyboard. Oh, F2. Gotcha. I'm hip. I'm
get
hip.
it.
Well, welcome F2. I don't think I've seen your name here before, so welcome. Hit that follow button, buddy. Don't mess up. All right, guys. Anything else? Anything else we need to say? Urash, thanks for being here.
Yep, great time.
Thanks for Chris for being here, even though he left a while
CJ, yeah,
ago.
thanks for Chris. CJ, thanks for being here. Fury, thanks for being here. F2 is followed. Thanks for the follow, bro. You know what's up. I just hit the F2 key and followed. Rob, thanks for being here. Oh, wait, that's me. Very good. Did I miss anybody? Layroon. He's gone. Why is he still... He just walked away from his computer. He's still here in the chat, but he's not. He just muted his mic and walked away. That's funny. All right, so thanks for watching, everybody. This was an epic episode. It ended about an hour ago, and then we were talking about Spokane and Eric Edwards, whatever. We don't care. And so be here next week. Let me put up the slides. Saturday Epic Monster Battles is now gone. Saturday's show will now be just me and whoever wants to join me in chat, just having a bullshit session like we are now and give away prizes and talk about gaming and talk about movies and talk about whatever we want. It's just Saturday night. What did I call it? I called it Saturday something.
You already have a guest for this Saturday?
The guest is anybody who shows up.
Oh, gotcha.
So Saturday night roundtable. Come on by, talk about shit, win shit. That's what it's called. So yeah. So anybody wants to join me? What I'll do is do a thing like this, and anybody that's in chat, and we'll talk about crap and have fun. That's the new Saturday show because Monster Battles was highly unpopular. I had to beg people to do it, and I'm not doing that anymore. So 5e pickup games went away. Monster Epic Battles went away. Some of those, or most of those, or any of those might be back in the future, but not for right now. So Sunday night, this show. Monday night, Module Creation. Tuesday, 2-hour Tuesdays with Fury and Laroon and Farid. Wednesdays is our Wednesday game, maybe. And then Fridays is our Friday game. And then Saturday is the round table. Still no word on the Wednesday game. I'm assuming it's happening. If not, we move right to Tomb of Horrors and just keep going. Already established. I already talked to Gwydion about that. So
Are we gonna level up and such?
Yeah. Well, we'll find out what happens on Wednesday. You know what's happening. Right. I'm giving it about a 50-50 right now. Just so everybody knows, like the cryptic talk about the Wednesday game, what happened was I was busting the DM's balls on the video, and he went and watched it, and he certainly didn't appreciate my comments and quips, and so he might have got so upset that we might not have that person playing anymore. But that's not necessarily true, so we'll see what happens. I did a semi-apology. What I did was I said I was sorry, but I don't think that I'm able to adjust my personality, is what I told the guy. So we'll see if he wants to deal with that or not. Because I'm an ass. I'm a nice guy dick. Remember? It's one of the quotes. Quote number 28, as a matter of fact. Quote 28 is, I'm a dick nice guy. I said that in April of 17, so there you go. I think it was because somebody said, you know what, you're a real dick, but you're super nice. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a dick nice guy. That's how it happens.
It's just really nice to dicks. That's all it is.
I'm really nice to dicks, yeah. I'm nice to my own kind.
All right. Get out of here.
Yep. Thanks everybody, and I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. So hopefully we'll see you guys all back here later. And until then, good gaming, everyone.